pretty sad it comes to it, right? For some people, yeah, pretty happy day because you get to see the teams you don't like leave, but
I mean,
pretty
it's
sad
entertaining,
overall
right?
for everybody.
Yeah, there's so much on the line here.
Yeah.
Two massive organizations, massive Dota 2 teams that have had a lot of success and now battling to hold on and move forward to the main event at the International.
And overall, we have a pretty interesting different styles coming in, right? I think we haven't seen a draft like Spirit has in a couple games, at least me and you in particular. Looks pretty different. A lot of single target in particular, not the most team fight, but looking to just amp up Yatoro.
Yes. I mean, and because overall, do you like this last choice from Falcons to go with the Skeeter Terrorblade, as we saw from the panel? You know, it's not a hero, a carry that's been having a lot of success at all. Just the one win, I believe, out of the 8 games it has been played. But could this game be one that it can excel in?
The amount of physical damage that there is on Spirit, right? They do have magic that's going to be coming from like the Invoker and some from that Ogre, but it's a majority physical damage lineup when you look at it in terms of the later stage, so, or in terms of this earlier on. So it's going to be interesting, and definitely for that lane, it's something that's really strong, but this is not the most traditional thing that we see lately. So let's see if it works out. And something else that's not traditional, I have to point this out. Look what he went for on Laurel.
What do we got?
He went for Mind of Tornaris. So every one of them have been going either Quas or Exort.
Okay.
I don't think this is the first one that he's gone for it, but interesting to point out, and we'll see what build he wants to do. It looks like he's just going to do kind of standard, right? You go for this Ags Dominator build. But yeah, definitely an interesting one. Being the difference in terms of like how you... I don't know if it's going to really change how much he plays or how much he team fights, but yeah, definitely curious.
And because overall as well, do you think Falcons are going to be able to create enough space for Skeeter? Because Team Spirit's lineup, right, they've got a lot of heroes that are going to be looking to hunt down that Terrorblade, right? The Bounty, the Slardar sneaking around in that mid-game, setting up for these Sunstrikes or TPs in from the carry Nature's Prophet Yatoro. And it feels like a lot of pressure that could be targeted on the Terrorblade quite successfully.
Oh, definitely. But there is so much team fight advantage, I would say, for the side of Falcons. I think that's what you're talking about. Chaos can really start to reign supreme. Let's see how these lanes end up going down, because Brew, he's played this hero quite a lot in the past.
Yeah,
it's one of his favorites.
Classics, yeah.
Yeah, really does love to play, and he is playing it versus this, quote-unquote, was supposed to be the Chen, right? They did do a little bit of a switch-up, as we see from Falcons,
sure.
But he can do a lot of damage. He can... Obviously, the rotations that he can do, scouting things out, sniping couriers, but also in the mid-game, just track and corrosive hits. We have to point it out. He's playing Versanking. Can be really, really strong versus him, just to keep track of him.
That's true. Bottom. Level 2 just about to be hit by Maposhka. So be able to start playing the lane. The abilities.
Yep, he's a hero now. But this Chen is very disruptive in general. Like, snaking, obviously we saw 100% win rate on him. Just how much he does in terms of early game just to slow down any aggression, right? Always this mana burn creep that he tends to have, and later on then he just farms, because that's just the snaking specialty, but we'll probably set up Amar for a pretty solid lane in particular, just because he's going to be able to constantly put them low mana.
Yeah, yet to lose a game on the road to the International is Chen.
And yeah, the mid lane, I feel like this is going to be pretty free for Malrine. I've seen a couple of these Sanking Invoker matchups, but Malrine is the king of the sand.
He really
is truly the king of the sand, and we've seen him dominate so many matchups and just take the tower really early. So that's one thing that I'm a little concerned about for Laurel, since he's getting crushed right now.
Top lane. Skeeter farming very nicely against Collapse so far. Made good use of that first round of the Metamorphosis. Double the CS as opposed to what Collapse on the Slardar has been able to find in this lane so far.
And some of these games I have seen, I think we saw a couple Sankings in a row just lose, right? I think at least what I got from the reasoning was that I've been seeing a lot of damage mitigation versus Sanking. His damage looked weaker than what I saw from some of these other games because of auras. Spirit doesn't have an aura lineup. There's no pipe fire. I mean, I guess Bounty can.
That was going to say pipe. Yeah, the Bounty's going to get one, at least
Probably.
something like a pipe later down the line, but nothing too soon. And you know, unlikely to be there at a point where Falcons will be bringing that team fight against them between the Sand King and the Pango in particular.
Yeah, the Epicenter can be pretty devastating this game. They are not, I wouldn't say they're the tankiest overall on their draft on the side of Spirit compared to usual.
So,
Crit.
Try and chase down Crit here. They're going to have it. First blood. There's the way of Collapse. They can put heavy damage in onto Skeeter as well. Bash
Big
comes
stick.
in. Skeeter trying to stand his ground, but the crush comes back up from Collapse. Spirit, they're going to clean up both of them in that top lane and get Collapse the double.
Huge stuff. I mean, they decided to swap these lanes up too, right? On the side of Falcons. They're going to get punished for it with a beautiful move there from Brew and Collapse. So many stick charges built up. He didn't even need them till the last second there. They actually killed them both without even needing those 14 wands from Collapse.
A bit of a spooky lane, and obviously a lane that you'd imagine. It's probably been a while since Falcon's safe lane ran into a bounty Slardar duo, right? You just don't see that this patch.
You picked the Terrorblade in a way to deal with the pressure that's going to be coming out from the high physical damage, and he just died in laning phase. That's a big deal for Spirit. But this might be a bigger deal, as we see. Malrine 37 to the 17-6 right now versus that Invoker. Really bringing it to him right now.
Bottom lane. 25-2 on your Toro.
Well, it's just kind of a spamming back and forth in a way. Miposhka trying to ensure that he can get some ignites out before he gets his mana burn, but overall, Falcons is sustaining through this pretty heavily.
Of course, one other way that the sort of tracks and the corrosive haze will be annoying in these mid-game fights. It's going to provide that vision so that when these ignites are flying out, they are going to still connect, even if you're far back at the back of the team fight. Right, Fru's already setting up with the vision, which is going to make it a lot harder to play potentially with those blink daggers that you want to be getting on the Sand King and the Pango.
No, absolutely. I mean, I was glad that Misery actually, I think it was Misery that said it at the end there, is that this is a very visioned approach coming out from Team Spirit. They're going to have a lot of ways to just see these backlines, see certain heroes and track plus corrosive, and focus down these targets.
Bottom, it's Oro.
Aggro move.
A lot of trouble here. Stick charges won't save him. They're able to get in under the tower. Nothing that Miposhka can do to hold Falcons back.
Definitely fragile on your Toro in this early game.
Mid.
Lane, Brew, trying to help out his buddy.
Difficult though to go on Malrine right now.
Yep. Alright, so okay, cool. So Laurel went 2-0-2 and then he put an extra then he put the second point in Wex and he got the obviously additional point because he is Wex as well too. So okay, interesting. Because a lot of times you see this Dominator build, they go for the 4-0-4 so that they have the double Force Spirits plus the Dominator too, so that means he's maybe going to play a little bit different.
Down bottom, another dive here from Falcons. Putting a lot of pressure now onto the safe lane of Team Spirit. They'll get themselves a second kill now, taking out the support.
It's on the catapult wave, so Malrine, this tower's dead. Unless they bring heroes down here, this is a full tower kill that Falcon's going to be able to set up for with the stupid miss rate that applies from the Sand King. 40%, of course, on that tower.
Drew's hanging around.
Gonna drag the wave. He does have a shield rune, but this tower's dead. On the flip side, top, Collapse, solo kill.
I mean, these are big kills that he's finding. You know, we're just coming up to 7 minutes in, and Collapse already finding 3 kills in this top lane. A couple of deaths early on the Skeeter Terrorblade that I'd imagine Falcons aren't going to be too happy with.
Those are... That evens out the game almost completely, right? With the way that the other 2 lanes are kind of going, that is phenomenal for Collapse. Kind of the hero that they want to do the best in the game, too, on the side of Spirit, right? He's the one who's going to be the one leading the charge, setting the tempo for them, too. So if he gets off to an early blink with this Soul Ring, that could be massive for them to be able to match and actually have that damage that maybe they were lacking in the early game, right? Because the lack of team fight, if they have an early Corrosive Haze plus this Blink Dagger on the Slardar, could change things up massively. Really well done from them up top.
Skeeter's got to be very careful up here.
It's level 5.
Not easy at all to sit in the lane against this Slardar 2 levels ahead.
They'll have to just make some... They're going to have to make chaos and make space for him, but we'll see how Collapse takes advantage of that, because he's got a full free lane. Let's see if he wants to make rotations as well, since he does have that haze. He could look to pressure Malrine now, too. Power Rune.
The 8-minute. It's going to be illusion here for Malrine. He's going to lead him with a Burrow Strike on him, Miposhka, but the Tornado MP is laid down. Hope the illusion try and get away, but the Fire Blast is in, and he's out of mana. Malrine surrounded and killed off.
The Team Spirit 8-minute 5-man rotation to the mid lane. Seen this in the past. Can't put emphasis to take out the tower here yet, but Collapse is still lingering in the area.
Good aggressive early game so far for Spirit.
These are really clever moves too. I mean, Collapse, he is snowballing.
Got eyes on Crypt, leads him with the crush. There's a dead Hoodwink. Collapse starting to take over this game very early on.
He eats the tango before the stun can even come out, I believe, there too, from the Hoodwink. Collapse.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Truly the difference maker. 500 differential between him and that Pang. His blink is going to be one of the earliest I think we see, with treads and Soul Ring and a Bracer.
Definitely the quickest we've seen on a Slardar in quite some time. Don't see that many.
True.
But yeah, Collapse definitely making a case for the hero here with the way he's played it so far.
timings are definitely going to get slowed down quite a bit here from the side of Falcons. As we see Rue now also, he knows how they play, right? The Sand King now has gotten killed once, so immediately they're going to go back to obviously work on those stacks to be able to get that timing from Maureen. He's already being a nuisance. Rue is placing a deep vision orb up on the high ground. He's scouting it out, blocking camps as well. Their game plan these first 10 minutes has worked quite a bit better, it would seem, for the Falcons, even though Falcons were the ones that did that lane switch up. Looking good start for them. And Toro is getting space to hit some creeps.
Overall, Falcons as a whole are keeping up in net worth.
Yep.
But it's just going to be the fact that Collapse in particular is going to have that crucial item pickup so early with the Blink Dagger Rush that things could start to barrel out of control. Courier Snipe.
And we should mention this too, is that we mentioned the buffs for Yatoro. Throw those buffs on Collapse too. You can throw an Alacrity on a Slardar. You can throw these Bloodlusts and all this on the Slardar as well too. If he gets an early start and he gets these buff ups, he's going to be very, very powerful to just run to heroes. That's the blink done. 10 minutes.
That's crazy timing.
That's the Sand King mid lane and the Earthshaker mid lane.
It's had stacks made for them.
Yeah, that's crazy timing that
Collapse just doing it from raw kills and lane farm alone.
Yeah, and look at Rue. He is being super annoying, right? They know that the vision is here, but he is sapping experience. He's taking some of these
what do you do about the bounty sort of sitting in this position?
They don't want to chase him.
No.
Right? They want to be as efficient as possible. I mean, look at it's the way Falcons tends to play in most situations, but look, everyone's just wanting to hit some creeps. Crit was showing in the mid lane, Snaking was farming for a bit too, Pango bottom. Yeah, this bounty pick actually seems really strong in terms of, just being able to slow down timings in particular. Collapse, he's hiding the blink. Hasn't shown it just yet. He's sitting on his courier right next to him.
See where he wants to go with it.
Well, hasn't shown it. Now he's gonna put it in his bags and he's gonna make a move. Instantly keep his mid.
Towards Marin, jumping for a Collapse, gets him with a crush. The Hand of God heal will come out. TP back up on the way. They're trying to finish off Marin. They'll manage to do so before the backup of Falcons can do anything.
Collapse has had some games this tournament that I've seen that he's struggled. This is most definitely not one of them. This is TI form Collapse.
Yeah, he's ready to keep going. They back up, they smoke up. They're ready to jump on the mid again and Falcons show themselves.
Such heads up play, right? He didn't show the blink top. Immediately when he got it, TP's mid and punishes the move that Falcons comes in with. Another quick surround there that we see from Spirit. Very well prepared in this early game.
We're going to see if maybe they catch someone around the bottom side.
I mean, Snaking, he wants to take care of this ward, but Collapse, he's in the area.
Probably going to cost Snaking his life. It's Collapse. Find another.
Snowballing out of control already on this Slardar. Pango, Diffusal is finished up. So, I mean, Amar, he's having the best game out of everybody as this offlaner at the moment.
He's going to have to do a lot of heavy lifting, it feels, in terms of turning up to these fights and trying to put a stop to this just absolute rampage that Collapse is on so far.
He can run into some issues where he can get burst though, right? Into the Slardar, Corrosive Haze stun, and if he gets cold snapped, you can't get your Rolling Thunder off as effectively. You just get cold snapped constantly, keeps poking you. And then there's a Tornado actually follow up too because the build that he's gone for, so he can constantly interrupt to prevent Amar to get these spells off. Blink is done, the Falcons. They do have this timing for Malrine, but it has been slowed down by at least 2 minutes, it feels like. Let's see where they want to go with it.
Kind of reveal can they find with it? At the moment, Rue and Lal continue to show in the mid.
Maybe tough to go for Laurel. He is not fragile anymore. That's a 1400 HP Invoker with this Dominator plus Point Booster build. You may not finish him off if you even go with an Epi.
And he's just going to grab the Blink, so not going to attempt to try for any sort of surprise play. I guess knows that it's very likely Spirit will expect the Blink Daggers to be on him now anyway.
Yep, he's tracked up. So when you track, they see it as 0 gold, right? So they know immediately anyway.
Gonna find my posture. I mean, Collapse is watching, wondering if they can maybe turn this into something.
They're sacking.
So yeah, they'll let Mamposhka go.
Get themselves on the board. It's been some time since they were able to find much, actually. Looks like a move toward the mid. There's that epicenter, but Laurel is absurdly tanky.
Yeah, very. I mean, they barely got him down to less than half HP there with that epicenter attempt from Maureen.
I mean, yeah, to be expected though, right? It's literally 1500 HP Invoker. The Epi does not do that much without a follow-up, in particular this early. Connecting every single pulse is just not realistic versus an Invoker this early on. Right?
Rue He's going to get caught. Collapse are going to try and jump in and help out, but the Metamorphosis is up from Skeeter. So Team Spirit, they won't want to take this fight.
Collapse.
Comes in with a Burrow Strike, Maureen. Collapse. Can he continue to run from this? They're all chasing him, but he's going to be fine. Blink Dagger's going to be up in a second. Collapse is away.
It's good that he started to disengage almost immediately. I think he questioned
Bottom
the
though.
move. It's Amar.
He's able to get him with the dive and get the kill behind the tier 2 tower. Lal TP's in, but the damage has been done. They've lost the carry.
Solo kill.
Can Amar get out though? Low on the mana. Bruce here to help out as well. Further TP's coming in. Amar
He's going down.
running out of options. Collapse. And with the jump. Amar.
Make him work for it a tiny bit. No neutral deny for you. 3-man track kill.
Another one for Collapse. 6-0-1 so far.
Yep, and we'll have to start racking those up, right? The track kills that will start being there also, Brew. We'll start getting some extra gold, of course, for the team. Tips him as well. Yeah, the offlaners are having quite a start to the series.
Yeah, they're both pretty insanely farmed.
I can actually, Amar's, the fact that he got that kill, right, just boosted him all the way up there. And yeah, game state. Gold at least dead even now after all this.
Some nice stacks here for Maureen. Help jump him up a little bit.
Building up to a beautiful mid-game, that is. Of course, as we mentioned, for Falcons, their team fight is going to be very strong with that when they have these two Blink Daggers and they do connect. That being said, though, Spirit, they have the power of being able to pick and choose their battles based off information at times. But we'll see if they do get the scouting, in particular, before those fights kick off and see how much Rook can do on this Bounty Hunter. Because if there's these head 5-on-5 fights, it looks very difficult for the side of Spirit. But if they can pick a hero off, then things will be definitely different as Falcons. They're going to look to smoke up. Both these Blinks are at the ready, and they have an Arcane Rune for Malrine.
Let's see what they can find. Moment, not many around this area. Collapse the closest.
Looks like they want to get a kill into the tower. There is a Dominator creep, which is just completely stopping the push on its own.
Fight damage rune as well here for Collapse.
Got his shard now too, so that crush, it's going to hurt. His crushes are really going to hurt early on.
Falcons unlikely to find a kill with this smoke. The tower.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
It's arrested.
Able to avoid this move completely.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Well, should have the Aghanims online for the next fight. Tora, how's the progress going for him? I believe he's got the Mjolnir recipe coming out in the courier, so pretty significant damage output that Spirit can bring to the team fight.
Yeah.
If Yatora wants to get involved and finds it's safe enough to do so.
And let's see how powerful the Wex Aghanims is overall, right? The shard on Wex is super powerful. It is like the thing that you want for it in particular, but not something you want to get first because it makes your EMP, vacuum them in. It makes it do even more damage because of the percentage change. But the Aghanims one is something that's been experimented a lot. I'm going to mention Weehan particularly, even though he's not here, of course, but I'll give him the shout out because he's the one doing it a lot in pubs. But it's a bit of a strange one because it's kind of like this farming one, but it's also a blink canceller because it leaves these tornadoes in the back. So there's some hidden potential to it. Collapse.
Getting the jump on him. Rolling Thunder to lock him down. Collapse. He's going down, and Skeeter's able to find the kill. A big one for him. They're going to be likely to pick up Rue as well. Falcons quickly pushing the two of those off their side of the map.
Nice.
A lot of money there for Skeeter getting that last touch on the Collapse kill.
Long are the days since Skeeter got solo killed now. He is pretty much tied in net worth now. That slaughter.
Maureen.
He's in.
He's able to get the jump onto Lal. We'll see if they have enough damage this time round. Miposhka's able to hold the grip
boomerang
back. Lal, he'll be able to walk away from this one. Again, not quite having enough follow-up after the epicenter to try and bring the Invoker down.
Nice quelling, Miposhka. Doesn't get caught by the bushwhack there. Again, tanking that epicenter.
Lal may be thinking about getting back in on this. Be the fastest Aghanims that we've seen so far here on the road to the International on Invokers.
Let's see how much it does with the Wex. I'm really curious to see this. I believe it's one of the first, if not the first here, on the Wex Invoker here.
We're looking for the setup onto Amar. Collapse. He's coming in with the backup.
He's got backup, Amar.
Snake King is around to help out. Yatora TP's in. Amar caught in the Sprout. Will go down.
3-man track again.
Same time top, Lal. Looking to lead in. Miposhka gonna sort of be the bait. Has Lal got enough damage there to help out? He does not. Miposhka shot down by Crit.
Goes on both sides. 9-8 right now. Brew immediately going through the portal. Looks like Spirit, this is great how the pacing that we're having. I swear a lot of these other games have been quite slow, but this one, both teams just looking for the kills all over the place. Collapse and Brew paired up, looking for their next target. This tower's, it's actually surprising that this tower is still alive, right? I think perhaps maybe they should have gone for this a little sooner, just taking that one out so they could have pressured more, but the fact that it stayed alive that long after Collapse got these solo kills is a big deal. Toro. We're going to see the buff ups, right? Now we can start to mention a couple of them because he's going to get more involved. There's that Bloodlust. We'll see the Corrosive Haze as amps him up. We'll see the Alacrity at some point too. And this is a max Wex Alacrity too, so the attack speed's going to be absolutely insane. Could look pretty funny, actually. Crit Shard is finished up, so he, as we saw before, the Boomerang, he does have that Amplify for the Sanking now at this point. Almost an Ags also for Malrine. They're hitting some pretty big timings on the side of Falcons. How are the BKBs for Spirit? That's probably, I would say, the go time for Spirit.
I mean, Yatora's very close, right? He's got the hammer. Oh no, has he got the hammer on?
I think it's somewhere.
No, I think he had it queued up and then he put the Ogre Club first instead. Okay. Because I think he's, even though it's not queued up, I think he does still need to purchase a hammer. So he's still a fair bit away from having a full BKB. Okay.
I think that's the big timing though, because that's, a way to counter big team fight in a way, right? You can match it sometimes with those BKBs. The Falcons
have a freebie there.
And it's Tormentor time.
They can maybe see if they find more. Lal. They're going to have eyes on him. Quick with the Bushwhack setup. Burst Strike to follow up into the Sharpshooter. Lal. He'll turn with the Tornado. Drop the EMP down. Backup comes in from Yatoro. Lal, fine for now. But Skeeter stepping up with the Metamorphosis. Lal taken out by the final right click flying through there from Skeeter.
Falcons getting quite a bit of big kills here. They can look to back up and Tormentor if they want to. The bounce. Max damage onto Crit.
But there's something there to be picked up by Yatoro in return.
Is he still tracked? He was, right? Wow, look at that damage. All right. Yeah, absolute max tick that he was able to get there. And now maybe they can't go back for that Tormentor since all the Spirit is coming back. Wisdom. Looks like Falcons is thinking about contesting the Shrine here.
They don't have the meta to fight with. Still on quite the cooldown for Skeeter.
Can't quite go for it there. Looks like they'll back up. They'll go for the Tormentor, but Spirit? Considering if they want to fight him there, maybe at least try to steal it.
It's going to go down very quickly. Falcons be able to secure the shard here for Malrine. Team Spirit, they're looking for the jump. Straight away, they're going to go all in on the Sand King. He'll get the Burrow Strike off. Malrine trying to back off. Sunstrike coming in with the Blink. It's there in time. Doesn't matter. Sprout comes down from Yatoro. They kill Malrine off.
Heads up jumps. Just instantly going for it. Have to keep factoring this in, right? Track kills. Yes, it's still only level 1, so it's not as much, but hey, it does, every little thing matters. Wait to see what Mikoshka wants to go for. He hasn't queued it up yet, but
it's got to be tempting to get that minus.
Yeah, he's queued it up now. I was waiting for it.
You're playing here against Falcons. You know that this game's got a good 40 minutes at least left in it.
You're playing versus Chen, too. Right? Multi-Midas on some of these Chen armies.
I take out his whole armor, yeah.
Why not? Okay, here are the BKBs. So
all
Collapse, he's got it finished. Yatoro, he's got it finished. How's Laurel? Laurel's not going to go for it. He's going to go more normal Volker route. But yeah, these two BKBs could absolutely enable them to be able to fight back into these ultis. Net worth continues to just be dead even this game.
That's a close one.
It's super close. I think most of the games that we've had, a lot of the games that we've had, they're pretty 50-50 by this 20-something minute mark, so kind of a perfect scenario that we've got going on here.
Spirit looking ready to go again.
Yeah, it looks like it.
We go with the smoke. See who they can find.
Brew also has a Vessel finished. No charges, but something to keep tabs of since he's playing versus that Invoker heal.
Falcons, they're not afraid to fight either. They have the Metamorphosis at the ready, and they're able to get the jump on and Collapse in the mid lane. Burrow Strike into the Rolling Thunder. Collapse caught out. Completely controlled. No opening there to get his BKB off.
They know priority.
And they're ready to push for more Falcons. Spirit, they're hovering around, considering trying to take this fight still. Tornado coming down the middle of them. Falcons, they'll be able to split up. EMP does come in hard onto Skeeter. Pretty much takes out his entire mana pool.
He does have ways to get mana back, though. He has mana draft. He has magic wand charges, so they might swing back around and look to go.
Falcons still feel strong. They'll happily take this fight. into a Spirit without collapse.
Rue.
They're going to find him. In quick jump with the Burrow Strike. That's Rue gone as well.
And Miposhka.
Pushback connects. Falcons. We are to likely find a third. Fire Blast comes out. Miposhka, can he run? He's got the back of a Yatoro coming in. A Spirit, they have to be careful here.
So close. Nice sidestep there from Miposhka.
Now retreat under the tier 2. Wait for the teammates to get back in. Collapse. Returns to the fight, but still. Rue down for 15 seconds. Falcons, though, they're happy with that.
Yep, they can't get into the pit, though. The constant fighting, the constant congestion that's coming out from Spirit there will prevent them from getting that Aegis. And Yatoro instantly goes to the opposite side of the map. He is having a pretty good separation between him and Terrorblade at this point. 2,000 gold differential. And we have to mention these buffs. They kind of both have raid boss buff, though. Didn't really mention too much about for the Terrorblade, but he's got a Chen, right? So there's always going to be these, the row of buffs that he's going to be getting from the army, unless it gets Midas to clear it out, so.
We are seeing, one thing in favor of Spirit in these fights is that the Falcons, with the plays that they've gone, they're kind of having to drop everything down onto
collapse.
If they see collapse,
Yeah.
right? And if they're throwing everything onto collapse, highly likely that Yatoro on this incredibly farm Nature's Prophet will have the freedom to TP in where he wishes in this fight and not really be at threat of anything else. Falcons, they've got to make sure they've got something saved for when the Nature's Prophet turns up.
No, absolutely. I mean, they can't let them get those BKB windows off, though, if they're going to go for that type of play onto collapse there. Aghanims finished up now for Amar. His timings are still continuing to be pretty solid. And, okay, so you can also mention Lucky Shot, right? So that's another amplification that they do have in Terrorblade.
In the mid. Quick jump. Onto the tier 2, they don't mind.
Quick
They
kills.
take the kill quickly.
The damage burst on both sides is pretty crazy, but Falcons feels quite a bit higher, I would say, in terms of both magical and physical. Spirit can do it if they get the Crush combo with the Nature's Prophet there, but I feel like Falcons can do it a lot easier, any type of combos.
Should be the Roshan here for Falcons. Spirit not really in position to head over. Last TPing over to the tier 2. We'll see if he starts to make any sort of movement to the pit, but it doesn't seem likely, so should be a free Aegis here for Falcons.
What do they give it to? Do you want to give it to the Terrorblade? Let's see. He has that transformation, right? Looks like they will. Kind of figures anyway. An amp damage up top now, too.
Ooh, that's quite a nice one for Falcons to immediately make a play with if they wish.
Yeah, Malrine, he's got it in the bottle. He's ready for that. Collapse halfway to Aghanims. Getting stronger and stronger. Yatoro also getting closer and closer toward that big damage item after having his Mjolnir.
I mean, he is massive on this Nature's Prophet, nearly about 3k ahead of that of the farmer Skeeter.
I always am very interested to see the Yatoro build, because I feel like he has the most different type of builds compared to a lot of players, so I'm wondering which route he wants to go, because we used to see people versus Terrorblades go for these Revenant approaches and things like that, so let's see what type of pivot he wants to, if there's any, or if he just goes complete standard.
He's going to be a problem, this Nature's Prophet.
He most definitely is.
He's that far ahead, not just on the gold, the farm, but also on the XP, right? So coming up to level 21 against Skeeter's level 17. Like, Yatoro's getting quite the space.
I feel like the priority of dunking ultis is going to quickly get shifted onto him, obviously, instead of collapse,
they have to try and poke out a reaction in the fight that causes Yatoro to TP in and then drop the real jump onto the Nature's Prophet. Because if they don't, Yatoro is very close to pretty much just being able to clean up each and every one of them with how much farm he has on this Nature's Prophet carry.
Especially if he gets any of these buffs, right? The Corrosive Haze thrown on a couple enemies, or the Alacrity of Bloodlust, it is absolutely all going to start add up. See if Snaking, okay, still no shard for him, of course, but I'm going to always keep tabs of Snay, which creeps he has, and also if he does get that shard, because bonus armor, all these things are really going to matter in this game. I see he's been hanging on to this Ice Ogre for quite a long time, so really wanting to make sure that he can give even just a bit of extra armor for his allies versus that physical of Spirit.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Traded the Shrine of Wisdoms. Push continues from Falcon's top. 3 minutes of Aegis.
Are they going to force it? I think they can try to force
They
them
could
back
definitely go down and press meta and just see what happens.
Exactly. I think that's what they're going to do here. Going to start poking at least with the illusions.
There we go. Spirit. What's the plan going to be? Fortification comes out.
Gotta start rotating back.
Good damage here from Skeeter.
Gotta answer it at some point. Let's drop it quickly.
He'll TP back now.
Laurel does not have BKB. He's still a little bit short of having it. This next fight could be pretty dangerous for him. He has buyback, but he's very, very vulnerable.
This is good pressure from Falcons with the Sages.
Tornado will be able to cut pretty much that entire wave. One creep is actually still alive. Be able to keep that going. Skeeter.
Collapse, he's watching from the side. He finds a chance to get in the jump. Not quite going to make the connection.
They force them all back. That's probably the time to back away there on the side of Falcons. Decent amount of structural damage and forcing the entire team of Spirit back.
And we'll still have a bit of time where Metamorphosis is back online and they'll have just under a minute left on the Aegis, so...
Do they smoke out is the question on Spirit.
I think you could bring to the fray.
Yeah. Their magic damage is just, it really is almost non-existent though.
Collapse.
For Spirit, so...
Quick jump in the mid.
He'll go down. I feel like we could see Ghost Scepters get picked up from quite a bit of heroes on the side of Falcons. Because it really is, yes, there's a Tornado that can come in, can dispel. There's some magic damage from the Invoker, but most of this damage now at this point, it's Yatoro's right clicks. See Malrine, he does have his Ghost Scepter finished up. Going for the BKB next.
Very close to finding Snaking there, but be able to stay out of vision and get back to the safety of the tier 2. And you know that Amar was up here.
Laurel, he is hunting inside this Ghost Walk. I believe his BKB is about to be delivered as well.
Amar will lead in with the Rolling Thunder.
Forces the BKB.
See what the plan is here. He's just going to TP out. This is not a place to stick around.
That's Yatoro with no BKB though for 90 seconds. Falcons could look to make a play off that.
Let's see what they got. I mean, at the moment, Skeeter and Marine around the mid.
I'd imagine that Falcons is going to immediately smoke and look for a play. I'd be surprised if they don't with that BKB down. So Crit, he comes out, he smokes Amar. No Rolling Thunder for 50.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Skeeter,
where they
Skeeter is about to lose the Aegis, and he's very close to having the Skadi. About 300 gold off having that final piece here with the Ultimate Orb.
Okay, he's very farmed too. He's going full stat heavy. All these auras as well as we keep mentioning. Not going to be easy to bring down. Still looking for this kill. What are they going to run into? Crit. Rue breaks it.
Now he's around.
Oh.
Is under attack.
And Yatoro's TPing in.
Yeah, now they're getting
thinking
scared.
about it.
They're backing away. BKB back up in 30 seconds for Yatoro. Bottom tower is getting pushed pretty hard here from Laurel.
The thing is, of course, in these fights, even though Yatoro does have this farm advantage, he's going to have to position himself pretty riskily if he wants to try and tackle the Terrorblade. Just down to the fact that, you know, at the moment, Skeeter does have that enchantment of the plus 110 attack range. So when he pots the meta, he should have that range advantage against the Nature's Prophet.
For sure, yeah. And it's definitely not the easiest in terms of positioning when you're playing versus this team fight, right? Versus Sanking, versus Pango, versus even the Hoodwink as well, too. So definitely not the easiest by any means versus Toro. And there's a lot of sustain. That's the one thing we do have to say, right? The auras and the heals that are going to come in from Snay. He also has a Vlad's. That's a big difference in comparison to Spirit, who does not have that. None of these.
Do they want to fight this Spirit?
Falcons on the high ground, Rue.
Tornado will
More people.
catch on to all of them. Rue heading up. Right away, they're in with the shield crash and the swashbuckle. Rue pulling low. Bushwhack holds back Lal. Rue, he's going to get taken out. Spirit, they have to run.
Laurel.
They're not going to get the chance to. Maybe the BKB doesn't matter. They kill him off with the physical damage coming out from Skeeter. I mean, they sort of poked around a bit too much there, Spirit, Lal, and Rue.
I wonder,
pay the price.
I wonder what the choice for them there was, too, because it did not look like there was any attempt of a fight possible. Perhaps they were looking for a pick-off after people TP'd out, but they gave up big kills. That's the first BKB usage from Laurel as well, too.
And with that, I mean, they could maybe try poking the top set of barracks again here, Falcons.
They might just take this.
And in they go.
No Glyph, no Invoker. I don't think Spirit has any means to try to defend this.
And that was a very rough move to try and make it to Falcons, and it cost them heavily. Falcons take the top set.
I'm really trying to figure out what... It must have been them just hoping that they'd split up there, but that is a really painful move there from Spirit.
Because even if there was less there,
right? Like,
kind of unlikely for those two heroes really to have the damage to kill some of these cores, right?
I mean, they have like the Sunstrike that comes.
Sure.
Even then, right? It's They have the TP as well from Yatoro, but a risky play that absolutely does not work out for them as they lose their Rex. Always going to be that pressure now on that top side. Falcons, the group up, truly starting to show its power.
I mean, sort of what early game, Skidder was taken out a couple of times, but since then, Falcons as a team have been fighting very well around him, enabling him very nicely in these objectives that they've been able to push for.
I mean, if he can get this butterfly, I don't know what their answer is anymore. I think they're actually already kind of running out of answers, it feels like, for him, in terms of just Yatoro being able to right-click him. It just doesn't look like that easy of a game for him to do so without the backup of his other two cores. He's got to queue up MKB, because he probably saw the Eagle. But could give a window there to Falcons. The side of Spirit just has to be so careful to honestly not die like that again, because the base just dies so quickly.
But amplified damage room for Yatoro.
This is big.
This is tempting to do something. Will, of course, be in towards the available metamorphosis, so it's not necessarily the easiest timings to go for.
And let's see if they can even get to finding a location of a kill, because I'm seeing snaking. He's cutting creep waves with the Croaker in the mid lane.
And it's just hard because overall Falcons group up this game has just been slightly superior. You know, multiple times where maybe Spirit might have been able to try for a pick-off. It's just not happened because Falcons, they have been prepared.
And look at, super prepared, and look at the auras. I wanted to wait until Snake got the shard. He got it from this last Tormentor. He's got all of them. Cloak aura, damage aura, armor aura, plus his mech, plus his Vlad, so... yeah, raid boss buffs across the board for his team when they are all grouped up. And as we said, the buffs that they have on the side of Spirit, they're single target buffs. So, that alacrity and that bloodlust. I guess bloodlust can be, of course, put on one, but you get what I mean. Smoke coming out, Falcons. Looking to make the play, probably to get the positioning for this Roshan.
Spirit are relatively split up.
This could be dangerous. Falcons checking out the pit. How long's it got? About 30 seconds or so, it looks like. I'm having trouble reading the clock. Oh no, it's right now. Sorry, I was having trouble reading that one. They didn't see it pop. They weren't in the pit.
Spirit's starting to group back up, but the jump's already been made. They find Maposhka and Falcons. They blow up the Ogre immediately.
Deleted. There's a split push coming down bottom, but Snaking can handle it with his creeps. And that Roche, it is up. 45 seconds, no Maposhka. Snaking.
Scout things out, but nothing to be seen so far in the pit.
Level 25, Yatoro has hit. He will always be able to turn up, and I believe that is the MKB finished.
Yeah, pretty much in time, in sync with the butterfly pickup. So Yatoro will at least immediately have that answer online.
And he did get the alert tier 4, so he does have that extra attack range from it. Not going to exactly match the Terrorblade, but a bit of a better one. But a 5-level advantage from him over the Terrorblade right now, which is pretty cool.
The Spirit, they really want to try and fight this, but they still don't have the full roster up for 5 seconds with Maposhka on the side. Falcons, though, are a bit hesitant on fully committing for the Roshan, respecting the fact that Spirit are likely in the neighborhood, looking to make a jump.
Looking to smoke around, Skidder. EMP will not connect on anybody.
Got Maposhka back by their side now. Maposhka trying to bait here, see what sort of reaction he can get out from Falcons.
Hard approach from Spirit.
The collapsing room, maybe want to try and look for this wraparound, but it is risky. Heading into the high ground. They're going to try, Rue. Skidder's going to get back in the pit.
Looking for the long wraparound. Rue is trying his best to get info. But the Roshan's dropping.
It's falling very quickly. The Tornado will come in, but Skidder's able to sidestep and jump in for Collapse. He can look for the shield, gets the kill, and he gets the pick-up. Collapse comes in just in time. Deafening Blast pushing back Skidder. Skidder under panic for now. Yatoro to pick up the backline supports and now ready to turn his attention over to Skidder with the damage coming out. From this Nature's Prophet, Skidder does not stand a chance. The patience there from Spirit as they get that wrap-around. Collapse makes the jump at the perfect time. They're ready to start pushing.
Yatoro,
and Marine are ready to defend. They've got the chain stun, but not quite enough. The BKB's up. Yatoro's trying to find a lifesteal target here. Gets a few punches into Amar. Yatoro's going to be fine. Amar will manage to finish off Lal, but Yatoro's heading in, trying to close up on towards the Pango. Amar will be able to just keep his distance.
TPing.
He's coming in. He knows where Mars likely to go. He's going to find him.
He read him.
Yotaro gets the kill.
What a play. That was insane.
And gets the courier.
They used
and the gem.
The EMP to pull them out of the pit a bit there, right? And then Collapse jumps in and crushes and steals Aegis and last hit.
Unlucky there for Rude. Didn't quite get the angle with the Force Staff.
That was such an insane play there from Spirit getting the wraparound. That was beautiful.
And now they're ready to push the base.
Look at the graph, Owen. Are you ready to see it?
I mean, this is Mars dead for nearly a minute. This bottom set of barracks, it's gone.
The swing is unreal. What a wraparound there from Team Spirit.
I mean, Yotoro's ready to start bringing in the mid as well. He's onto the tier 2. Lar's going to have the full Octarine ready for the next play. Marine and Crit looking to try and get Collapse off the barracks. Yotoro's ready to TP in and help out. Finish off the objective, get the full set bottom. Skeeter is back up.
What a hit.
We'll see once again here.
And look at this predict too.
Knows exactly where he's likely to go, that he'll head up the stairs, look for the blink north. So TP's in a position where he'd be able to find him either way that Amar goes.
That was so beautiful. I'd have to like relook at that Roshan fight 2 or 3 times, but yeah, just the EMP pulling them out, waiting for the perfect moment when it was getting low, and yeah, Collapse gets the crush plus the steal. Him and Rue getting that sneak around was everything to get the positioning.
Falcons have got to piece things together very nicely to try and have a punch back now.
Yep. Lost a lot of timing that they probably felt like they were in a good advantage with. Super cool play. Now so much that Spirit got off of that, right? 10,000 plus gold, full items finished, Collapse now with this. I mean, he had the Nullifier almost finished up before, but an extra 2,400 gold on top. Everyone finished a full item.
And I love this build. I love a good Gleipnir on an Evoker, especially when you up days and, you know, Lal knows the AoE at the spells are going to be insane.
Yeah. Good luck avoiding that EMP.
Yeah. Yeah, you just straight up aren't going to be able to. It's going to be the whole screen.
And lose your entire mana pool as well, too, as you see how much it does do if it does connect. Explosive move from Spirit. Opening up the game for them beautifully. Now 10,000 gold advantage in the game, and it's a 10,000 gold lead for Yotaro over the Terrorblade.
Yeah, they have to kill this Nature's Prophet.
Yeah.
Somehow. Some way. If they don't, Yotaro, I tell you, he's eyeing up a rampage this game. He's definitely got the items to do so.
You got to isolate him now at this point, though, as we see. If he's able to just free hit, he will kill everybody. And we saw that exactly last time. Even through the auras, because of the way that they just approached that fight. Falcons now. Maybe unsure where to go. Very devastating lost fight.
Top tower is under attack.
Still a minute left on the Aegis for Collapse too. Almost having, yeah, he got so much. He almost has an AC after this Nullifier to be able to match the AC of Amar too.
And Falcons, what is going to be the play for them? Is it going to be a sit back and wait and go for the high ground defense, or are you trying to smoke out on the map, find some sort of way of potentially catching Yotaro separate from the rest of the team?
The problem is that because Yotaro had this insane level advantage, say 5 levels over the TB, I mean now he's what, 7 levels over, it's just hard for you to ever find him by himself. Sorry, 8 levels over in about a second. It's hard for you to find him isolated. Oh, he's going to be joining in with the team. That's a good shard also. It's going to block a lot of this damage, if there is even any that will connect onto Yotaro. Maureen, Refresher is finished up. That's a pretty big timing here. But they're going to have to do some kind of crazy kiting in particular. Because 100ing, like, killing Yotaro 100 to 0 feels pretty complicated, but if they can somehow kite his Titanic, could be a possibility.
And just to sort of go back again on the vision front, it's just so difficult, right, for Falcons in the fight to match the level of information that Spirit's heroes are able to provide one another. Like, how do Falcons try and take a fight with a vision advantage and set it up in a way so they can be prepared to watch out for where Yotaro TP's in?
They just can't get really initiated on is the big thing. If they get the start of the fight, it could be quite different.
Maureen?
Maureen. Front line. Collapse has a shield rune. Yotaro.
Collapse might still... No, he's not going to be able to find the jump now. Illusion comes in.
Close. Yotaro almost got the vision. I think he caught vision of just Maureen there. Beauty of the NP level 25. He's in, he's out, he's back with his team.
Marin's thinking about
Marin.
doing this. He's going to try for it. Gets the jump on a Collapse, but there's a Shield Rune and a BKB that Collapse is easily able to survive with. The first epicenter down the drain.
Did use his BKB though. But yeah, lost only 500 of that Shield Rune. Falcons, you can see how difficult it is for them to approach that next fight now. Toro keeps every single lane shoved in
so much
hard.
money.
He can just go
Get
for
the
whatever he wants.
get the Axe Blessing next.
Sure, he already ate the Moon Shard, so.
That's true, actually. That's pretty much all he's got left to do. Yep.
Strong game for it, too. He's playing versus a Terrorblade with no BKB. Yeah, the TB's got a Dispel with the Manta, but you can still get that root onto him. It can be very effective. Same thing versus all the rest of the heroes.
Has at least also got the Satanic as well now on the way out.
Oh, he's got it
Skeeter.
coming. Okay,
Yeah.
so secondary way to get rid of it at least. But he's all in. He has spent all his gold.
And that's the thing, right? He has the survivability, the spells, but outdoing the damage of the Prophets to be very hard. In the mid, they'll get the catch on route.
Falcons just has to be very kind of together as a unit, just making sure that they can protect Skeeter. They can't have that fight happen the last way where it was just the chaos, right? That's what ended up happening. It was just fights on 3 different fights. 3 fights on 3 different fronts that kind of broke them apart there, so.
I mean, if you're Falcons, you try and poke out this potential bounty buyback. Of course, we can see that doesn't have it available, but just see what happens.
Have to try, yeah.
See what they can do here, 5 versus 4.
This is their strength, right? When they have the setup. When they can set up the whole team in this type of position, this is when they're strong.
That's the rolling. We're able to get the setup here onto Yutoro, but Yutoro is still able to put the BKB in. Now the buyback's up and available for Root. Comes in straight away with the buyback. Falcons, they'll back off for now.
Collapse still has his BKB if he wants to chase. Marin.
And they're holding the high ground. Mauri's ready to get in with the epicenter. Makes the jump here with the burst strike over towards Collapse. He'll get the crush up with the bushwhacks there. Boros trying to follow up. They've locked him down. Collapse is gone.
He didn't BKB.
Multiple cast Fire Blast on towards Amar. Amar still able to back away up to the high ground to survive. Sunstrike coming in off the mark though. Amar will live.
Collapse.
Only just though.
Collapse didn't get the BKB off. Maybe he was because he had an instance where he could.
Yutoro, he wants to go for the kills. He's just going to TP in on top of them. He's ready to try and take them all on. He kills off Amar. He TPs back out. He gets in, gets out, has left sort of Lal on his own on the front line though, so Lal will pay the price for that. And Pushka's actually going to come in with the buyback. Rube heading in, Yutoro wants to continue to fight on, despite the fact they have the numbers advantage at the moment on Falcons.
Yutoro
strike catches Yutoro, he'll slide back trying to heal up, but he's dead. Spirit take a rough fight here. Yutoro maybe getting a bit ahead of himself. I mean, obviously he's massively farmed, but he wanted to do that, folks.
He kind of baited his team. It felt like
really
a little
did.
bit there. He felt his power, but the rest of his team was like, oh, we feel the power too, and quickly they got gone on.
That is a rough move. That's going to hurt them a lot.
Push commencing again, and this was all the chase because there was no Terrorblade, right? The TB didn't have his meta, so they wanted to get as much out of it as possible.
Yeah.
But now meta's back up.
It's pretty much going to be back up. Here comes the push. Lal's going to have to come in with the buyback.
Oh boy. Falcons able to set up for the push. It works out beautifully there. 60 seconds, no bounty. Next Rax. Will fall.
Up. No back off.
That's a big hit though. Look at that
really
swing
is
again.
that. You know, they had sort of a crazily good fight around this Roshan area earlier, and then a crazily not so good fight there from Spirit. That it cost them heavily.
Their position got just so broken. They kind of charged in to help Yutoro, then Yutoro's like, I'm out, guys, and yeah, it hurts them so much there. As Falcons now, they can commence again for another play. Collapse on the sideline here.
Oh. I mean, he's got a BKB.
Can he get out?
I don't know, it's still a lot of damage. He's got the outworld to start buying a bit of time. The MP will hold back him off now, but Amar's able to get the Rolling Thunder off. He's going to try and stay on top of Collapse. Collapse blinks down to the low ground, goes for the TP out. He'll make it. But my goodness, it feels like they're playing with fire right now, folks.
Every time somebody shows, there's so much burst that's
dangerous.
Available. And just so many stuns too. It's just if you do get caught from one stun, there's actually enough for them to chain stun in most of these situations on Falcons to kill them. And now Roche, this is a big one. This is the refresher.
I mean, they are going to want to try and get out and do something about the Spirit. Last time the Roche play went very nicely for them.
Let's see if they can get that positioning again.
It's going to be difficult though this time.
Maureen.
He's ready with an epicenter if anyone comes anywhere close. In fact, he just goes for it. Starts to hold them back, jumps over towards Maposhka. That's the Ogre gone. Now turns his attention over towards Lal. Both supports dead. Collapse will try and look towards Amar, but Amar's able to get the roll up. Yatori trying to make the damage, but Amar can keep his distance. And Yatori's stuck in his own sprout, but he got Lotus back onto him. He's in with the burrow strike. That's Yatoro gone. Triple kill for Maureen, and they're not done yet, Falcons. They'll look over to Collapse. He'll try and slither away. Lal in trouble. The shield crash from Amar finishes Collapse off. Lal incredibly low. The buybacks have to be used here by Spirit.
Skeeter will hold his ground. Big buybacks.
They're crumbling, folks. Spirit
can't get into the fights. They lost the 2 supports instantly. Maureen just deletes them with the epicenter. Yatoro, he needs all the extra help he can get to be able to stand his ground now at this point. Falcons, they've got everybody alive. They still have time to continue this push.
Oh.
Ooh, look at this bottom.
He's got a rapier, folks.
This is sneaky. Maureen.
To the back of a Collapse.
He's got the Ghost Scepter, but it's nullified.
That's a dead Maureen. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Rapier, Nature's Prophet. Ready to go here from Yatora.
The base, the tier 4s did die.
Deafening Blast to push them back. I mean, they're going to look for this rat play.
They absolutely
Lal
are.
has the level 2 bots, but the Sharpshooter's in. He's out for 100 seconds. They're trying to push up here towards the Ancient, but Skeeter is ready to defend. Collapse. He'll put the BKB, try and run. He'll go for the TP out. They've got a way to stop him through the BKB. They don't. Collapse makes it away. And Yatora, he's looking to finish up the Rosha. He's into the pit, and he's going to have the space to get this. So Yatora will have the Aegis to keep this Rapier safe for the next fight.
This is absolutely crazy. He denies the Refresher Shard with the creep.
He's just got to get out of there.
But he does TP.
And he will.
Gets the cheese.
Oh, they're holding on.
Refresher Shard gets killed.
He's got the money for the Moon Shard as well. A Moon Shard for his buddy, honestly. He's going to buy that for Collapse.
No. He wants another item. He's probably going to switch something out still here at this point. Still potentially.
What does he switch out? Okay, what's the butterfly?
For the butter. Yeah,
I like
it. Be pretty good versus.
Obviously, managed to play this game earlier, getting the MKB to match the butterfly of Skeeter, and now him getting the butterfly himself in the Nature's Prophet means that now Skeeter's got to consider trying to get an MKB into his build to match it.
And all in the meanwhile, Falcons is going to always have to remember that those tier 4s dropped.
Yep.
So there is that potential for the rat play that can come in from Yatoro.
It's a hard-hitting rat as well. I mean, obviously the glyph is up at the ready.
It is. But they can't use it at the wrong moment, and they have to be very careful who's back there to defend it. Because Yatoro is pretty strong versus 3 or 4 of the heroes. If they're together, sure, they can kill Yatoro. But if he's in this like 1v1, 1v2 scenarios, he's going to be able to take out most of them. This game is wild.
I feel like with the last 2 plays that Spirit kind of tripped up, and they're just trying to make this game even more entertaining.
Absolutely. I mean, they can do some crazy type of plays as we saw there, right? Collapse and Yatoro alone can kill almost anybody in a fraction of a second.
Yeah, the damage for this Nature's Prophet is unmatched right now. And with this Rapier, MKB, Butterfly, Daedalus.
And Collapse, he did hit 25.
Okay.
So nothing's going to be able to get that Corrosive Haze off anymore.
Yeah, look at that. It's actually very close there between the top 2, both Yatora and Maureen being the heaviest hitters right now in terms of damage output.
Omar.
He's going to get the opening onto Collapse. BKB immediately, and back to the base for Collapse.
Very quick play there from Collapse. You see that? He's heard the Rolling Thunder, and he uses the Crush on the floor to give himself status resistance since he gets the puddle. Both teams very on top of the little plays right now. This next fight could be absolutely everything. As this Aegis, 3 minutes still for Yatoro.
I'll just trying to get one of these side lanes consistently pushed in, so there's always that opportunity for the backdoor protection to go away and for the rat potential to open up for Yatoro.
He's got level 32. I think he got it a couple minutes ago. So these Treants...
Oh, they're going to push the lanes pretty hard.
Yep. Sure, it's not the Treants that we all absolutely hate so much.
But they're still pretty darn good.
Everything adds up. They're going to start sieging toward top, and if it gets forgotten about again, you could definitely see potential for these buildings as Falcons set up for bottom. It's a long meta, so to point out, Skeeter did hit 25 also now. Took him a little longer, but... It's got that plus 30 seconds for the fight also.
And I mean, I'd imagine as well, so Skeeter with this 5,500 gold coming up, does he pretty much have to consider getting the MKB in because of this butterfly?
I don't think so.
You think you can still play without it?
I think you can still play without it, yeah. They have so many different ways to just control him, and then just, eventually he will die. Yeah, sure, the evasion might be a little annoying, but I do think he'll be able to get through it.
Still a couple of minutes left on this Aegis for Spirit.
So much gold saved up on people.
Got to have these buybacks ready.
Yeah.
Of course, as the buyback situation is on the screen, we see that Falcons very comfortable across all 5 heroes.
Yep.
But Spirit, not so much.
Collapse, the big one that's missing it. Laurel, of course, too, but I would feel like Collapse's impact has been quite a bit higher this time, so his is much more important. Smoke's coming out. Spirit looking for a battle.
This could be risky fighting without the luxury of the buybacks. At the least, if they can maybe get a quick kill, force out a buyback, and then back off successfully, Spirit will be happy with this move.
It's eyes on Collapse and Yatoro if they're going to pretty much instantly delete somebody. Laurel.
Maureen in position on the high ground. Very difficult for Spirit to approach here.
Tornado will clip, give some info.
This is well worth noting, you know, snaking. Don't always see it, but the Hurricane Pike on the Cham, ready to deal with the Sprouts. Nah, not going to be able to deal with that, though. Yatoro TP's in. Tears him apart, but Maori's able to get in on top of it with the Burrow Strike. Yatoro will go down the once, the buyback will come out straight away from snaking. Skeeter set up in the air for now. Collapse moves in with the BKB, stays on top of Maureen. Yatoro, he wants to get out of here. He's going to BKB TP out of the fight. He cannot risk losing that rapier, so he'll bail out. Miposhka will fall. If they could get everyone else out of his Spirit, they'll kind of be okay with this.
Collapse.
I mean, so they look for the fight. They get a kill. They get a buyback out. It's not a huge one. It's just snakings. See if Rue... He's actually out as well.
Wow.
Just before any sort of stun comes back online. So all it cost them was the Aegis and a death on Miposhka.
Yep, and he's got the refresher. He can actually go out and buy it, so he will have double BKB or double Satanic for the next fight. It looked scary for a second because he's on that cliff when he initially dies.
You could tell. Yatoro's probably sweating a little bit when he had to go for that BKB TP out.
He knows he has to just BKB TP because if he dies there, loses the rapier, the game could just become ever so more difficult. So has to ditch Miposhka. Snaking does buy back, so they at least got that out of him there.
It's the push, potentially. I mean, do you push if you're Falcons?
There's an amp damage top, but that could be the indicator to go for it, actually, if they scout it. I don't know if they saw the last rune, but I think they are perhaps going to check. Brit is looking around.
Spirit, they're getting to...
Hard to push for Falcons.
To have a little bit of breathing room again, you know. 1 minute and those buybacks will be intact for themselves.
Okay, Skitter, he pings it. So do they have a bottle left over still on anybody, or are they just going to give it to him? He still has it, okay. So he can hang on to that one for this next fight. Try to keep track of snaking if he does use this upgraded Hand of God as well too, since we don't really get to see it too often. I think that perhaps is why they jumped him super early on, since it is that new one, since he channels and makes everyone debuff immune around him. But it's a pretty wild one, so we'll see if we actually see him get it off, because heroes are dying in a fraction of a second.
Do feel there's definitely going to be a little bit of fear coming out from Falcons when they consider that when that 60 minutes hits, if this Divine
Helm
Rapier Nature's Prophet finds the Helm of the Undying, he might just be able to end the game whilst he's untouchable. That's I feel like you don't want to get to that point, but you might have to live with that. Because it's getting close. 56 minutes.
I think the game feels like it's on a razor's edge for either side, really. Like at the moment, Falcons having this advantage because of the double waves pushing in, but also no tier 4 towers on the side of Falcons is devastating if something does go wrong, so it's anyone's game at the moment.
Collapse. He's going to go for it. He's in. Nullifies straight down on towards him. Yatoro bringing in the right clicks, but it's not enough to kill him. Amar's able to roll away. Yatoro's got to consider how to get out of this, but he might not get the chance. Amar's back in the Rolling Thunder. Yatoro, he'll go for the BKB South Sprout TP out. He'll make it out just in time. Collapse also able to opt for the BKB TP, so they try and poke. They get out Lal.
He's patient. He's like, they don't know.
I don't know if he wants to be here, though.
He's good. He's got Ghost Walk. And with that, no more BKB, TP's outs. The Basher, it's finally picked up. He took a long time to buy it on Amar. He was buying all these small items in between. And as we said, the Ghost Scepter now. We're seeing these absolutely come into play on the side of Falcons for some time now, just preventing Yatoro from Satanic hitting a target. Even though they're BKB'd, they're also ethereal. There's that Basher. So it will be a lot harder for them to go around these small little BKB plays. Skeeter, full Aghanims consumed.
A little bit spooky that Collapse doesn't have the money for his buyback.
That's true.
1,300 gold short after the purchase.
Maureen.
He's ready for the jump. He's going to fight Yatoro. Straight in with the Burrow Strike immediately. Yatoro needs help. He's getting burst so low. He's gone.
He's just gone.
Dead on the front lines there after he gets caught by the jump of Maureen. So here, round 2. Jump forward, they get the stun in onto Amar. Crush to follow up. He's going to get caught by the bashes as well. Yatoro back with the rapier. So move forward here with the fortification coming out. Falcons still hovering around. We need to try and make that jump again. The barracks continuing to fall here to the pressure of Skeeter's illusions, and they'll get it. Set of barracks is taken, the mega creeps are out.
Malrine continuing to rev up that epi.
Yatoro teeping in aggressively. He's able to get the sprouting on towards Skeeter. He's going to try and finish while Skeeter. He's trying to stand his ground, but he's gone. Skeeter falls. Yatoro needs backup, but the damage, these 2K crits coming out from Yatoro. Clean up snaking. Falcons crit. He's trying to hide in the trees. He can't hide from Yatoro. The right clicks fly through. He'll hold them back momentarily with a bushwhack, but he's dead as well. Spirit at least able to find kills, despite the fact that they do get mega creep.
2K crits, I mean, just eviscerating targets if he can actually hit onto them there. Snaking, no buyback. He's dead for 90. The megas are out, though. Can they deal with them?
I mean, they're going to be able to either push hard or kind of get the map in a state that they'll be the ones to be able to find the tier 5 neutrals first. Roshan is back up as well if Spirit want to try and take that whilst Falcons aren't all up.
Dealing with megas can still be a problem at all times, even though they have great ways to do it, these heroes. Let's see what they want to do. Falcons will buy back. Now to look for the fight.
It's a big one there from Skeeter.
Amar.
They're opting for the silver edge, so he's got another way to sneak in and out of the action.
Okay. He has to be super careful with his positioning, though, as we saw there. Can get burst the once almost immediately.
Spooky 6 or 7 minutes for both teams now, with both of their carries having the buybacks on cooldown.
And more disables being purchased now, too. Crit now has a hex as well.
He's always going to head straight into the pit.
This dies instantly.
That's true. They take it down so quickly, the Falcons are barely able to leave their base.
That's the fastest 60-minute Roshan I think I've ever seen.
Who's going to grab what? Aegis on Yatoro. Refresher Shard's going to be held by Collapse for now.
That's big. Almost a Hex also finished up for Rue soon, so they will have their own way of having that extra disable on top, too. How close to it be? Okay, almost 25 on Laurel, almost Refresher also on him for that extra control. Yeah, these next upcoming fights, just crazy to see how... Who's going to get prioritized in target in particular, right?
Let's see what sort of tier 5s we get coming out. As I say, if Yatoro gets a Helm of the Undying, I've got to imagine that's got to be the best thing for him. Right?
Yeah, would definitely imagine so. We did see there, I pointed out our Observer, of course, he's been selling and buying back items. I was going to point them out, but you guys can see it, so BKB sold and bought back in that last fight. See who gets what.
See what he finds. Another 60-minute game. Absolutely crazy to consider how many of these games we've been having so far. Just on the road to the International alone.
Look at that one. When we collapse, he'll find the first.
Okay.
That's a big one, too.
Yatoro, what's he got? Doesn't get the Helm of the Undying. Probably
but he got the Regalia.
He's still taking that over the Spider Legs as the carry.
I mean, how all in do you want to go? Does he want to go Regalia plus Audacious?
Yeah. Or do you want to get kind of some movement speed online?
I could see him take the fleet-footed because he has no booties. But we'll see. It's up to him, the eye of the beholder. Which one does he want? How risky does he want to be?
Choices here for Yatoro.
What would you choose?
Definitely not the movement speed one. Movement speed doesn't mean damage, so... Well, it probably does, actually, technically. But yeah, no one wants to take movement speed.
Malrine, he does get the big one also. Malrine gets the Timeless Helm, so he's got crazy spell amp. Plus
that's it. We're getting a few helms.
Oh my god, we have so many helms. He takes the Audacious.
Yeah, and the Regalia. All in on the damage, Yatoro. Here we go.
Look for this damage. This is going to be insane how fast heroes die. He also will die quickly, of course.
Sure.
That bonus damage he's going to be taking is crazy, especially in terms of this game. But I think if he gets caught anyway, he's dead, right, as we've seen.
And imagine Skeeter. I mean, he's got Regalia or Helm of the Undying, surely. Surely Helm of the Undying is just superior, though.
I think so, yeah.
Especially when you see that the enemy carry does not have a Helm of the Undying.
And he does take Boundless. I kind of assumed that he would too. Boundless is actually going to be pretty nice for him. Actually, also for his cast range. The Sunder cast range is going to be massive. Could catch people off guard. Okay, these fights. Whew.
How the buyback's looking. Still on cooldown right for the carries.
Yep. Snaking finds himself the Wise Book of the Dead, so he's going to get that Wise's experience, right? Yeah.
I mean, this is the thing, though. Spirit are definitely going to want to try and do this whilst they have the Aegis on Yatoro and they know there's no buyback on Skeeter.
See what they can find. Heroes are going to die so fast, but remember that this Helm of the Undying could be completely game-changing who they find.
And Amar, they're on the high ground. Marine's ready to get the jump in, but they've got eyes on him. Collapse makes the jump straight away on towards him. That's him gone. They kill Maureen off.
That's the helm.
Turn their attention over towards Amar. With the Rolling Thunder, though, will be able to keep his distance. Maureen's got buyback available as the Helm of the Undying comes to an end. He's out for 100.
Perfect pickoff. Immediately, though, the lanes. Even though they have a Nature's Prophet, look at the lanes right now. Falcons have them in a pretty damn good position.
Yeah, that's true. That's a lot of pushing going on with these Necro books.
Snaking is going to start being very annoying. He's sending Necro books on one side and creeps on the other to keep the push going. And then Crit also has Necro book too. And they both actually took Wise Necro book, so you're going to see those levels rack up for the supports on the side of Falcons as well.
This game is
it's going to
get long. Crazy.
This game could go quite long.
You know, there's going to be people tuning in and be like, oh, hang on, Falcons Spirit, 63 minutes, incredibly close game. I thought the grand finals was next Sunday. It's that level of game we're getting here from these two teams. But this is Elimination.
And Falcons just wants to keep increasing that game time too. That average game time for them just continues to go up. Fleet-footed Book of the Dead now from Miposhka. Wait, how many? Is that 4? Okay, 3 Helm of the Dyings plus a Divine Regalia on the side of Spirit. Ew, look at the neutrals. Ew.
What are we? Yeah.
4 Book of the Deads.
Helm of the Undyings.
5 Helm of the Undyings.
Su lechita y Su lechita y
I mean, once you get to these type of late games, no telling what could happen.
Yeah, the game is still in such a very fragile state for both teams. It could collapse very quickly with the amount of damage both out. But if the Terrorblade gets anyone close to these tier 4s in Ancient, it could be game over. And likewise, if your Tora is able to find a chance to TP over and end it.
There's so many different ways.
It will end very quick.
Yeah, there's so many different ways this game could actually end, right? There could just be a crazy team fight that happens that everybody dies, or there could just be some Rat Dota that happens, or who knows. Anything else getting picked up? Not really in particular, just the Hex maybe for Laurel. He's hit 25, has AoE Deafening Blast that can actually be pretty helpful. Yeah, we're going to see them. I mean, it's going to be so many creep cutting and creep pushing and stuff, so this game is going to extend for some time.
And some smiley faces.
Yep.
In the chat.
Both of them are very ready for these long games.
Oh yeah, they're pumped up and ready to go in these team fights, both teams. Both teams absolutely powering up with every passing minute here.
Snay just having this, he's been keeping these neutrals almost exactly the entire time too, so he's giving himself armor bonus, magic resistance bonus for his team, and then he's doing cooldown reduction for the books and all these other abilities too, so very annoying to play against for sure, as we've seen. That being said, Spirit also, look at the wave push that they've been able to do. Toro up top.
That 25 is going to be quite nice as well from Snaking, right? With the strong dispel.
Yeah, and also if with the Aghanims, it's really interesting how it works too. So. He might actually be, it's a weird way to, you might have to prioritize him in a way, because if he's able to just stand his ground channeling, the rest of the team is going to be pretty powerful right now. Although it doesn't really give them that much, it doesn't give them armor, right? And they're kind of just dying to the physical damage. So.
True, yeah, the magic resist not quite as game-changing at this level.
Debuff is something, though. Collapse will sneak in.
That's a little cheeky, but he gets away with it.
Arcane Rune, always one of the better runes at these later stages.
See, you know, this amount of money, Yatora should be pretty close to being able to get the Ag's Blessing and still have buyback. Yeah, he's pretty much got the gold if he wants to go pick that up.
All this time, too, Amar has been hanging on to a gem. Even though it's 60-something minutes, they need to have this gem on the frontline hero, Absolutely. So he has to sacrifice an item slot for it.
Not only just because of Rue, but of course because Yatora is playing with the Silver Edge.
He's backpacking his AC so they don't see it also here, and they're jumping in.
Here we go. Straight in, they get the opening onto Yatora, but Yatora's still able to get the BKB off. Abyssal Blade holds him back for now. As he collapses immediately, pushed back on the supports. Gets the jump in onto Crit. Crit will be able to force back to safety. Collapse has got to be careful. His BKB about to come to an end. Marion closes with a burrow strike. Yatora standing his ground against Skeeter. He's healing up, but not enough. Yatora is dead. The meatball comes down though onto Skeeter. Skeeter's gone. The Helm of the Undying buying him a few extra seconds, but he will inevitably fall.
Skeeter dead.
And Yatora also with the buyback is going to try and make sure they get more. Kills off Maureen. TP out here from the supports. They'll make it away. But now an opening. 2 cores dead on Falcons. Yatora, he's not done yet. He's ready to find the third one. TP's over. Kills off Amar as well. The buyback paying off massively. As Spirit, they're more than likely to push down these lanes and see what happens when they force out the buybacks from Falcons.
What's crazy crazy too is that he actually, both times now that he's died, his secondary life is so potent, even without the rapier. He didn't have rapier or divine regalia.
Because he just had to go straight for that play. He did
Yep.
not have time to buy back, pick his rapier back up, and go get those kills.
And he has the disgraced regalia, right? So he lost the audacious, he lost the 20%, and he lost the rapier, and he was still able to clear out those heroes anyway. So his damage is still pretty absurd even without it.
Another Roshan. They'll be able to take that, but surely Spirit are going to have the time here to force out at least one, possibly two, possibly three of these buybacks that Falcons are sitting on.
Here comes the push.
Holding on here against the Mega Creep Spirit.
Rapier's just chilling.
Yeah, where is it?
It's just inside that little tree spot where he died
He's
still.
going to go pick it up now. Right?
Yep.
Yeah, here we go.
Absolutely.
Ready to grab the
There we
rapier
go.
back up
Thank you.
and get on with the push straight down the mid.
40 seconds.
Dire's
Do they
middle
want to buy
tower
back?
is under
When you have this little left, probably not.
Vitoro's got to be so careful. If he dies, the game could very well be over for Spirit.
Gets caught from an initial catch. Where's the refresher shard? Okay, Rue has it. I was going to say, they had a refresher shard that he probably wants on Yatoro.
I mean, they might have to start backing because they weren't able to actually put the pressure on in time to force out these buybacks. So Falcons were able to chill.
Yeah, they're back.
And they're going to be able to play for the next 6 minutes with buybacks available, whereas Yatoro is not going to have his. So
Ooh, so there's going to be a window, perhaps even. They could wait 4 minutes and go for the play.
then
they can have
absolutely.
the extra numbers, and there won't be that Aegis on you. If they want to be as careful as possible, they could still just go for the play. But if they want to be as careful as possible, they can't wait 4 minutes.
obviously the big thing's coming up as well in just under 20 seconds, right? They can look for that next set of the tier 5s.
True.
So a chance for
But do they want
Yatoro to replace his Divine Regalia and maybe get a Helm of Undying for himself.
True. I was going to say, does anyone else really want to replace their items?
I think
don't
it's just
so.
mainly Yatoro.
Yeah,
right?
I think
he's going to desperately want to find something different here.
Gonna be very hard to keep track of some of this stuff with Miposhka also getting so
Goodness,
slotted.
T-pin in places like this is a bit spooky. I guess he feels so safe because he has this Aegis, but anytime he shows on the map, it's dangerous.
Falcons.
He's heading up.
They're ready.
And it's going to be... Whoa! Look at Lol gets caught! Is it on the front lines? How did he end up there? Lol's in trouble. He's caught by the Hex. He's gone! Not the fight that Spirit wanted to be taking here, surely. As the buybacks will come out from the both of them.
Jump on a mark.
Collapse is trying to push on forward. Yatoro in position on the high ground and get the Sprout on a Skeeter, but Skeeter's able to slide away with a fall.
Snaking.
I mean, they're pushing on. They'll get the kill against Snaking, but again, they had to use these 2 buybacks. Marion was considering jumping in from the side, but he was caught by the track.
Yatoro.
And E-Blade burst. Crit. They had to scurry out of the Sprout. Falcons backing away whilst they're outnumbered.
Brew just continued to chase
I mean,
forward.
Collapse, he's going to get the 3-man crush. Makes the jump. Has to back away, though. Caught by the Hex. Yatoro TP's in aggressively. Crit. Forces to the side. Scurries up to the high ground. He'll get away.
How's he alive?
Sunstrike off the mark.
How is Crit alive?
I mean, these are such risky moves from Spirit.
I can't believe he actually was able to scurry out of that.
Spirit are trying to keep this pressure up with this 2 minutes and a half of Aegis left on Yatoro.
2 buybacks. Laurel and Brew did use it.
And can they get anything here? It is
Numbers.
just Snaking that's out of the game, and he has
Got
buyback
buyback.
available. They might have to chill things a little bit again, Spirit.
It's going to be that window, Owen. 2 minutes left on this Aegis.
I mean, Yatoro, he's got to get to the jungle. He has to find this new neutral.
Let's see what he can. Hey, you have to kill quite a bit of them for the
You
secondary
do.
one.
Get
This
these
is not as
20
easy.
mad stones.
Snaking now also is going to have a BKB of his own, so he can BKB hand a god and just... I mean, we've seen a couple times now, every time he hands a god, the game kind of lags out of control, but all of Spirit runs away from it. They're not running into that one to fight into it still.
A swift blink into the build here for Yatoro.
Okay, a little more mobility.
Butterfly as well
for
for Collapse.
And starting to get these luxury items that you always want to be able to try to get, as we do see him leaving his rapier.
I mean, with these butterflies online, is he getting to a point now where Skeeter, because there is already the MKB in play, like, for the Nature's Prophet, I guess at the moment it's in his backpack, but, like, did Skeeter switch something out for an MKB against these now 2 butterflies?
I think if there's 2, he might consider it soon, yeah. He will be close to having the gold, literally, to have it and plus buyback eventually at some point. Maybe not yet, but we'll see.
Well, we're going to get that timer in a minute. So 1 minute left on the Aegis, and then there will be that window of about a minute and a half where there'll be no Aegis or buyback on Yatoro's Nature's Prophet.
Let's see how patient they do want to be on the side of Falcons.
If they strike then, that really will be the perfect time to make a move.
Because they'll have 10, right? And they will not have, they'll only have at maximum 8 or 7 on the side of Spirit or whatever, right? So Because they only have the 2 buybacks plus the 5, because they won't have 3 of them.
Toro very close to getting enough Madstone here for the re-roll on his neutral.
Very close. What if he doesn't get it, Owen? What if he doesn't get the Undying?
Surely, the RNG says he should.
Let's see.
You either get it or you don't, and he didn't get it last time, so he does get it this time.
That's math.
Let's have a look.
Let's see. Hey.
Oh, yep, one more hit.
There we go.
Okay.
What's he got?
Doesn't get it.
He didn't get it.
He doesn't get it.
That is true. The Regalia takes up a slot, too, so you do lose a chance.
It's true. Yep.
That could have been it.
Okay, what's the plan? Take the Stygian or the
Stygian
Spider?
plus attack range, or
Yeah,
what?
he's taking the Stygian, and indeed...
Oh, he took Crude.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay, that 18% down on the base attack time does mean your attacks, the speed they fly out really pops off. I mean, look at that.
Aegis reclaimed. They've got the numbers now, Falcons. Let's see if they want to do
Here's
that.
the timing.
That potential 10v7.
Yeah, a minute and a half here where they won't have Yatoro. Indeed, on top of that, both Lal and Rue unavailable with the buybacks. This is the time for Falcons to strike.
It's only 80 seconds that they have to be able to do that with the numbers advantage, at least over Yatoro in Second Life in particular. Shield rune up top.
I mean, Yatoro, of course, with the timing that the game's got to, he can re-roll again, right?
True.
It's going to take
He
him
could
30
re-roll
Madstone.
again.
He's desperately trying. You know, the RNG on his drops haven't been great. Sometimes it's the way in the gaming world.
Creep waves all getting shoved in.
Got to find that rare drop.
Look at the deads. Collapse is getting so much gold from these Book of the Dead, just keeps buying new items.
Here's the jump. They're able to get the opening onto Lal. They put him on the front, but Lal's able to get off the BKB with the help of the Eon Disc. He'll pull back to the fountain. Space it there, though, for the damage coming to the tier 4s. Hex into the blast over towards him. Murray gets the jump, collapses in trouble on the front lines, collapse. He'll fall. He's out of the game, does have buyback available. Get a crush off.
Amar controlling the backline.
Rue's in
Rue
trouble.
dies.
He's going to be out without buyback. Lal will survive again. But now Rue, he is truly gone for 2 minutes.
Just Amar with the creeps actually together did so much damage to the bounty hunter. She's able to bring him down. 2 minutes, no
They're
Rue.
definitely going to want to make this hit again.
And Rue's important. He's been doing a lot of scouting information. These little tracks are very pesky.
Oh, yeah, he's trying to go for the back. He's going to do it for the backdoor protection. He's going for it, Yatoro, but the fortification's there. He's not going to make it happen this time. He'll die, but of course he does have the buyback.
But the rapier hits the neck.
And in the mid, Snakey's going to get caught. Miposhka was able to find his way out on the map. Yatoro in with the buyback, but Miposhka, he's just dying to this army from snaking. He's got a E-blade and run back. Skeeter, he's caught by the hex. Skeeter goes down. Oh my, maybe not going to get anything off. He can't. However, the die will buy some safety, but Yatoro is able to blink away. He turns his attention off towards Lal. Lal, no way to protect himself. He is gone.
Dies to the helm. What is going on? Skeeter, the buyback, the base. It's going to be full healed. But they did have to use that glyph.
I mean, they have to stand near the base.
He's got to go buy another rapier, right?
Exactly right. If Yatoro can get out, buy another rapier, sell something, buy a rapier, he can then go for the game.
So Amar has to sit there. It has to be Amar because he's got the bash, right? He's the one who can control him.
Somebody has to, exactly. Somebody has to hug this Ancient on Falcons. They cannot let Yatoro touch it.
How many do you keep? I think you keep at least 2 heroes here.
Absolutely.
At least Amar has to be there. The scan comes out. Yatoro is considering it.
I mean, the thing is, okay, Rapier's going to be now picked up by Skeeter. So we've got a couple of Rapiers now over on the side of Falcons. Obviously, we have Maureen ready with his.
The thing is, though, that...
And Skeeter ready with the one they just picked up.
Has
he's trying to go for it! I don't think the numbers work out! They've got ways to hold him down through the BKB. He's trying to end the game, but it's not going to work! The Hex is there! The calculation's done wrong there from Spirit. It does not work out. Easily defended here by Falcons. I mean,
that's the game.
They have ways,
GG.
yeah. Well, they went for it.
They went for it.
They went for it. Didn't work out. 76-minute game. Ladies and gentlemen, Falcons will take. You know, one loss away from going home. They turn to their carrier, they say, what do you want to play?
And they say Morphling. Yeah.
It happens so many times. And as we've seen, you know, with mixed results, right? I think it was close to sort of a 50% win rate we've been having on this road to the TI on the Morphling.
This is interesting, right? Because now I'm like looking at... Actually, we went just get a first blood immediately.
All right.
He got bonked.
Yeah, okay. Well, that Skeeter's going to be happy with that.
Sometimes you pick the Morphling right away and then...
Yeah, then you get caught on sub 300 HP. Yeah. First blood for Falcons.
I mean, an instant balance into a nuke, and he's actually just immediately dies. All right, so things I was seeing from the Morphling pick at least was what the panel was saying, some limited catch in some ways, but there is... you know, there is ways they can play around it with the Soul Bind, the stun from the Monkey King and the Sand King. However, the other thing is, all three of the cores that he can morph into are fantastic in the mid game. He gets mobility from Weaver, stun from Sand King, plus a mobility spell, and a stun plus a mobility spell from Monkey King. It's like the dream to turn into any of the three of these when you're fighting, which is sometimes also an indicator of a decent Morphling game as well. But let's see if it works. I think the other thing that I see from Spirit is they added team fight, right? Last game, it was pretty lackluster in the team fight department, but they made those fights work anyway. This time, I think they wanted to make the game maybe a little easier to play, perhaps, although that last game was absolutely fantastic. So.
Let's have a look.
Falcons we get.
Going to be able to start off with kind of double the bonus to get 3 bounty runes and, of course, getting that first blood for Skeeter.
Yep. That is kind of the dream for the Weaver. Starting first blood for Weaver is very nice when he's playing versus a lane that has no stun. So this is a lane that could actually get punished pretty hard. Yeah, Magnus. Shadow Demon can play around it where if you have a sentry down and you see the Weaver Sakuchi, you can immediately disrupt him and then you can look for making these plays. But a Weaver with an early advantage with a hero like Pugna behind him can be incredibly potent.
And what are we getting out of this mid matchup? Maori once again on the Sand King up against Lal on the mid SF.
Could be a hard lane. It should be on paper, right? A hard lane for the Sand King, but Maureen is the specialist Sand King, and he is the specialist, as I believe they were saying on the panel also, of just doing really good in matchups that can sometimes be very difficult. He's like the master of manipulating creep waves in the mid lane. Top, they actually won the Sentry War immediately. So Snaking, he was able to place that Sentry, take it out right away. So Skater's playing in a lane versus no Sentry at the moment. And Pugna, I think we've said it a million times, one of the best harassers inside that laning phase.
Good job of bullying back Collapse. Yeah, indeed, sort of ensuring a lane where Skeeter incredibly unlikely to die.
Yeah, has to make a pretty big mistake, I would imagine. Or, yeah, just pretty much a big mistake if he gets caught from a disruption under a sentry. Bottom, Amar, this feels like, I know he's been doing this a lot more recently again too, but this is like an Amar of the past kind of thing where he plays this kind of carry hero, but also this anti-carry in a way in that off lane, because it can be pretty annoying to deal with this Monkey King. If he gets off to a good start, he can bully a lot with that Jingu early on.
And because overall, you know, the panel did talk about just in general how greedy Spirit's draft can look when you consider the 3 cores. Do you think they're likely to get away with the greed? You know, is this them sort of saying, hey, you know what, this is probably going to be a 60-minute game, we're going to get time for everyone? Or do you think Falcons, this game, we might actually see a rare situation where Falcons could have the potential to close this one up a lot shorter than the 60-minute games we've been seeing for them?
Oh, and it's Falcons. It's a 60-minute game. Let's be real. No, maybe not 60-minute game, but it should be a much longer game. Also, looking at what they have to push, I don't see a Dominator builder on their draft. They have a Pugna to be able to force buildings, but on the side of Spirit, they do have a Dominator builder. And we've seen these Dominators just prolong games. Just cutting the creep waves constantly is a rare miss.
They lost the mark there from Collapse. Even with the connection, probably wasn't quite close enough to get the Shockwave into skewer back.
Amar. He's got the Orb of Frost. He's trying to get the connection onto Yatoro. Yatoro won't let him get that 4th Jingu. But he's definitely gonna slow this Morphling down a bit here. The Pushka has hit level 2, has a second spell.
They go aggressive. From Marmar's got the backup of crit. The stick charges, but the damage is done.
Heads up there from a Pushka on the side. Crit still wasn't back in the area. Laurel so far is doing a fantastic job. So in terms of greediness, I mean, there's definitely that greed that's always going to be there from the Morph, but I don't feel like the Shadow Fiend is very greedy whatsoever. Yes, he wants his items, but he's got to win this matchup. I don't know how Maureen actually can... Yes, he has boots to try to cut, but I imagine Laurel's going to get boots, and he can follow the Sand King. You can actually do a pretty good job of bullying the SK while you're playing the Shadow Fiend if you do get your boots as well.
Now, would you say sort of like overall these 2 mids should be on track to hit kind of similar timings and similar sort of power spikes? You know, how do they sort of match up in that regard?
I think actually, you know what? I'm kind of taking it back. I think Maureen's actually going to hit the timing first.
Yeah, it's going to take. It will still take a bit longer for the SF. Yeah,
you know, actually, like thinking about it more, it is pretty dangerous because the issue is that there's always going to be these stacks that are coming out, and even if the lane goes slightly bad, Maureen will probably actually come out ahead in the lane. This is pretty wild to say.
Because especially with the backup he has, even just kind kind of looking at crit on the Grimstroke, right? If they get a good
Yeah.
Blink Dagger timing on the Sand King,
He can kill
and they're going to
any
make
of-
like these Burrow Strike, Inkswell stuns, jumps onto the SF, onto the Morphling, and even onto the
nice.
Magnus, they're going to have a very good chance of getting those kills at a point of the game where Spirit might not be quite ready to fight back.
And Maureen, so far, I think every game, even when he's been shut down on the Sand King, I want to say he gets a sub 12-minute Blink Dagger.
It's always
right? So
very consistently quick on his Blink Dagger timings.
And he immediately does the thing where he pulls the neutral creeps into... He pulls the lane creeps into the neutral camp, so he's even already starting to get that maximizing. He's actually ahead of the SF by 500 gold. If you look at the last hits, you saw that the SF was actually ahead in last hits, but
that's pretty
gold-wise,
crazy.
The Sand King is significantly ahead.
I understand, you know, drafting against Falcons must be incredibly hard, but I am surprised how many
The Sand
times they
King.
do let the Sand King through. Maureen has definitely been showing his strengths on this hero, and I think most of the time if you let them have it, they will just take the Sand King from Maureen with how solid of a showing he's been giving.
I feel like you'll just take it for him every time. He's clearly shown he's by far the best Sand King. Laurel will get a free lane though. So level 6 has been hit. They've got the catapult wave 2. Is going to start to put some pressure onto the tower here. Are they going to look to make a rotation mid? It looks like they're actually going to make the move bottom. So all eyes focused on Yatoro.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Nice. That picture of collapse.
With the setup. Disruption's there.
He's speedy.
He's going to be fine.
So missed move there from Rue. That means they didn't double check the runes, which ensures that Falcons gets that regen rune from Maureen. It's level 6, 400 ahead of the SF. So yeah, he's done it again.
Dire's middle tower.
Yeah,
Raindrop also, so he's fine.
I would have definitely liked a bit of backup to try and that power rune control himself. Would have helped him with the jungling.
I thought Rue was going to go there, because they could potentially set up for a disruption into Requiem play, since he did have that slight level advantage, but looks like the call was made for him to try to assist in bottom.
Across the board, all 3 cores of Falcons having slightly better time out of these lanes.
Yep, that first blood in particular from the top lane, you're seeing that difference, especially. Rue in a pretty sneaky spot here. Looks like he's gonna try to steal the Shrine of Wisdom.
Mar and Crip. They're going to have the chance to bring him down. Easy kill from Mar.
And Rue, look at that sneakiness.
Radiant are scanning.
But Maureen's going to be here.
Does he go for the disrupt steal?
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
He is. Does he do it in time,
Don't know if
though?
it's going to be quick enough.
He
No.
was not in time.
He's not going to be able to make the steal happen. Maureen's going to be able to hold his position, secure the Shrine of Wisdom for himself, and likely get a kill on top of that. As he turns towards Rue, comes in with the Burrow Strike to finish it off. So not only getting a kill, but also being like, oh, what a shame. I've got to take that Shrine of Wisdom for me.
So usually when I've seen people do this in the past, you're kind of standing in the circle already, so that when you get that disruption, you get
It's already
you get
going.
it immediately. But it was just slightly off time there from Rue. A good attempt for that sneaky play there, but inevitably it actually just ends up hurting more than anything as Maureen. He's going to be enabled toward a very quick Blink Dagger, maybe even faster than we were talking about because of that.
And they just have so many ways to make plays. You know, I look at Falcons lineup, and again, as we say, normally Falcons games do go pretty late, but you just got to imagine the amount of action that Falcons can start playing with. It's pretty insane, right? The sort of combos
definitely.
that they can team up with. All 3 cores are going to be ready to go in, and with sort of the offensive backup of the Grim and the defensive backup of the Pugna, they've got so many ways to make plays. We'll see in the river. Requiem's going to come out and push back Maureen and Crip, but it won't be enough to save Maposhka as Maposhka goes down.
Laurel's ticking out.
He's in a lot of trouble as well. The Sandstorm burning him down. Rue will try and help out here with the disruption. Lal should be okay. No, here comes Amar. Jumps in, boundless strike, couple of right clicks. Can he finish Lal off? He can't.
One more
He
hit.
comes in, but Snake King's right clicks will finish the job. Burrow strike from Maureen comes in onto the 2 of the
5
Falcons,
heroes.
leading up Spirit here in the mid lane.
They just bring the entire squad.
The brawling from Falcons heroes and the play here from them is far superior than what Spirit can bring in this early game. You don't want to battle Falcons right now. They're so strong.
And you know what's so cool about this move? What did we see in the last game? What have we seen from Spirit so many times when they play? They love to collapse as 4 or 5 heroes in the mid lane. It was actually Falcons the ones to come with it first. They bring that number advantage there. They get the connections. That was beautifully done. 7-2, the pacing. It's absolutely there by Falcons this game. Early item builds too, as you see. Treads, Orb of Frost for the little, reduction of health restoration on Amar. He's going for Diffusal first pickup. And that Blink, about 1,000 gold away from Maureen. That first move from Spirit to match does get hurt, and we're seeing that greed that was talked about get punished from the early moves from Falcons.
So these moves are just going to continue to come out from them.
Radiant's bottom tower.
They're
So
taking
many
bottom tower.
great synergies between these heroes.
Yep, and this tower's just dead. As we've seen, this is what Malrine does, is the sanking. He is a tower pusher. Spirit. The entire name of the game is slow the pace down. Make sure that Yotaro can get online. Laurel getting slowed down is very painful, I would say. He is the one to have that early advantage, have that way to play around for them to slow things down to make sure that the Morphling has a good time. Him dying early on definitely hurts them quite a bit.
1600 gold on towards the Blink Dagger right now on Malrine.
Making. So high level. He is almost level 7. Rue is level 4. So the supports on the side of Spirit really struggling. That's pretty much the blink done. So Malrine, he can look to accelerate things massively here and collapse. He's got to go for this build that we've seen, of course, for the Magnus, the internal empowerment, plus he's just going for that Dominator build, which it can be a bit greedy, right? So in terms of playmaking, because Laurel has been slowed down, where's the playmaking really going to come from Spirit, right?
I don't
As a
think it
unit,
is.
It's there, but as individuals, it's quite lackluster.
They're going to have to avoid fights until Collapse is ready.
Yeah, pretty much it feels like that, because otherwise they're just going to get Blink Epi'd, the Monkey King can jump in at a whim's notice. And they're just losing towers. A second one to fall. Another blast. It's gone. Level 7. I mean, that's pretty crazy that Snaking's that high up there right now. Crit making a smoke move, looking to connect with Malrine with his Blink Dagger timing. He's got... Okay, he doesn't actually have the Soulbind skill, so 3 points in the Phantom, so rather prioritizing the extra attack on it.
Yeah, I mean, if they get that Burrow Strike into the silence on the Morph, it's going to be a
kill.
whole world of pain for Yotaro.
Yeah.
Here we go. There's the setup. Burrow Strike into the silence. The disruption will come out to help avoid the Inchwell, so this will give a chance for Yotaro. But the Wukong's command into the balance is there. Yotaro has to get out with the wave 4. Collapse, step it forward. Dying to this
he's
Wukong,
dying.
though. Safe to be said for Lyle. They just walked into the ult. Oh.
Amar will take that all day.
wow.
Question mark for Malrine.
Well, I tell you what, you got to be careful with these question marks on land. They've historically not gone too great for some teams, but it's there, the all chat question mark.
Malrine looks so serious too there. Collapse was actually laughing it off. Malrine's just like, no. You know, he's the one who gave him that question mark.
Well, got to be careful. I'm walking into that Monkey King ult.
Especially when Amar has this type of timings, right? He's got the defusal. That is a painful one to walk into. Two cores drop in an instant.
They just can't take these fights right now, Spirit.
No, they need time.
Falcons far too strong here in the early game with their heroes and the lead that they've managed to grow. There's going to be this very quick time.
Bushka.
There's going to be another one here for Falcons.
This bottom side of the map might be something they have to avoid for some time. I mean, Amar is just too threatening. But
they just have to avoid
pressure
them
on all
completely.
fronts. Yeah, it's pressure everywhere.
It's going to be another kill around the mid. Prepify. Slowing him down. Through. Let's blink. That Burrow Strikes up before the blinkers, and that'll be enough to close in. Get another 11-3, 5k lead here for Falcons.
It's early lead.
Yeah, they're dominating this early game.
And they can just take over this area quite easily, and they can look to just swing to this next tower also, right? Malrine can just look to push. Actually, it's already pretty much dead, so they don't even really need him to come up here. And Skeeter has been left completely alone this game.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Spirit. What's the move going to be?
It's can't really set up onto this.
No.
Skeeter's perfectly fine.
They just don't have playmaking until Collapse has a Blink Dagger. That is pretty much the only way that they can make these individual plays. Otherwise, it has to be a team move. And
Falcons, they have all the playmaking in the world.
They really do. The Blink is done. Malrine actually has 2 components of his Aghanims already pretty much done. And this is scary times for Spirit already.
The Falcons are getting out of control.
Taking the Shrine of Wisdom too. These supports are already struggling on the side of Team Spirit. If they lose their XP.
Spirit know that they can't come up here.
Yeah, devastating. They're not in a position to steal the Shrine either. You see that Amar immediately TPs over to get that.
Yeah, this BKB Diffusal is going to be online so ridiculously fast here for the Monkey King.
And
he's not even the top net worth.
No.
Beyond that, you have the other two. And under the tower. Yeah, Maureen's going in under these tier 2 towers ready to set up for kills.
the greed is absolutely getting punished. Yatoro is going to be so far from getting his Manta style too that very easy kills that they can set up onto him with this Grimstroke +1.
Scanning.
Laurel, look to get involved with Rue.
But do they really want to try something here?
Maureen's reading the play.
And he's just going to make the jump for him. Straight in with the Epi and the Burrow Strike route. Will fall. Disruption buys him a bit of safety. They're going to try and fight this. Yatoro turns up the Wukong's command. It's down. It's going to be caught by the silence. He's out of mana. Yatoro will be able to finish off Maureen here with the help of Lal.
But Yatoro,
He's inside
they
the
don't have
Sandstorm
protection.
himself. Indeed, they don't see him.
Laurel, though, he can't get out.
He's going to get chased down. TP, doesn't matter. Boundless is back up. So they get something.
I mean, they got Maureen again, but they lose a lot again.
They
too.
certainly do. Skeeter continuing to reap the benefits of these plays. Same to be said for Amar.
That's not showing the whole fight back yet, right? It's only showing half. Was it? I guess it was showing the whole thing. Okay, wow, they actually got a little bit of an advantage off of that, it seems.
I guess it's a big kill.
It is, but
But they certainly need a
interesting.
hell of a lot more than that to try and come back in on this one, Spirit. Still
Yeah.
down 6 or 7k or so.
I mean, Falcons are they're ready for the place, and they are not afraid to take every single fight that comes to them right now, right? So Collapse, he's waiting. He's not going to join, it feels like, for some time until he has that Blink dagger gun, and yeah, they need it.
Oh, Skeeter. Has he got a way to get down? Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. The TP's got to come.
Is his TP
It's coming.
off cooldown? Yeah, but can he...
It's up in 2 seconds.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, still, a little bit of time. The Collapse is able to
I mean,
hold
Collapse-
Skeeter up on the high ground.
He's looking for the delay of the game, right? He's just looking to cut as much as possible, get that time bought. Nice little clever play, though. Skeeter will lose quite a bit of time of efficiency, right? 40 seconds lost, 30 seconds lost at least. Deep wards that we see placed from Falcons early on here. Laurel, down bottom, is right on top of one. Gotta be very careful. How many
Close
blinks
we're
there?
looking on Collapse at 1800.
Very close, yeah.
I imagine they probably will immediately look for a smoke up around that Blink Dagger, right?
Yep. Yashikaya's
Says that.
finished up, especially because they want to abuse before the BKB timings can come out, right? Because if a BKB comes out and then they make the first move and Amar gets the BKB off, it could just stop it in its tracks. As Amar,
It's found another. Lal is considering helping out, but Maureen's ready to make the jump. He gets the Epic Strike, Burrow Strike onto the two with them. Lal will get the Requiem off.
but he's stuck.
And he's very, very dead again.
It's like Maureen knows that they're always going to bring a backup, right? He's always
He was so ready
that's
for
the
that.
second or third time I've seen him
And
in
look, at the
position.
same time, they're putting pressure on a Collapse. Okay, they'll have to back off at the time. That's with the TP coming in from Yatoro. The pressure from Falcons continuing.
It's everywhere. There's no real breathing room, as we're seeing on the side of Spirit. Yatoro, now he actually has his Ancients unblocked. Didn't get to point that out, but the camps have been blocked for some time too. So overall, the economy game, Falcons are playing aggressive and blocking the camps to prevent that economy from Spirit. The blink done? It is.
It is.
So eyes on Collapse. This
All
is the
right.
time.
Let's see what he can get. He'll take that.
He'll get one immediately. Manta getting closer and closer for Yatoro as well, which will be very nice for him to deal with that Phantom's Embrace. But overall, I mean, Rue has actually protected him, I think, twice now versus it.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
This from Namar and Maureen are in the neighborhood. Lal's got to be a bit cautious. He
Spirit
won't push out too far.
making their own move too. Starting to feel that power because they have that blink.
Super fast timing though on the Fulmione for Skeeter.
Might be one of the faster ones we see with the rest of the items that he does have picked up. He is crazy farmed. And he's not that squishy either. Actually, when you look at things, if he's on strength treads, actually sitting at a fair bit of HP with that essence strength too. He's going to be over 2,000 HP on a Weaver, which is not usually the case you see for Weavers. Usually quite fragile.
18 minutes. Aghanim's done on top of the Blink Dagger for Maureen.
Boy, Yatoro needs that bloodlust at all times. Yeah, crit. Is could be cool if he does go down this build. If he does want to get the blink first, or if he does go either that Aghanims.
I mean,
they mentioned it. It's a fantastic
it's
portrait
so
game.
strong. This game.
Morph is pretty much one of the best that you can turn. There's that BKB.
Yeah, I think these timings just flying out from Falcons, and they're ready to use them. Immediate smoke up now with this next round of items completed.
It's around a big objective too, right? They have 2 big timings, and it's around that Tormentor potential that both teams want to try to go for here. Malrine.
Poshka. Pretty dead if they want to commit for him. They will.
Easy kill. Power Rune as well.
I'm going to swing around to the mid, Rue and Collapse.
Amar is
Pretty
here.
deep.
He sees them.
They're going to see him. He's going to go for the Shockwave Skewer Collapse, but I don't think he's got a way out of this one. The Bar Strike again lines up perfectly from Malrine.
This is the fastest I've seen Falcons play all tournament. And every move is hitting. They're reading the plays beautifully. Again, they find them in position.
Is pretty wild.
Right?
I guess they were sort of saving it for this point in this very important series. They're like, aha, you thought we could only win games after 60 minutes? We're going to run you over in less than 30. See if they can keep it up.
Every single one of their moves is connecting. It just does seem like they're more than one step ahead so far in this early game versus Spirit. Tormentor, looks like they're going to work on it. They don't even need the whole squad. Just a Bug plus a Pugna. With the way that minus armor plus life drain, of course, works. That's a really nice combo to be able to take out a Tormentor.
They're coming over here, Team Spirit. Snake King, probably going to die for this. Skeeter will get out. Actually, Malrine's keeping over. They 17-1-0. You're right, Snake King's fine. And in fact, it's Maposhka that's paying the price, and Yatura's got to start backing away. All right, they couldn't even kill the support at this point.
He is not an easy kill. He has a full Solar Crest. He's about to have a mech on top of it, too. And he's level 13.
I mean, Spirit's still hanging around here. Collapse waiting in the trees.
Actually, wait, Snake King is absurdly high level. Wait, what is going on? It's like the same level as the cores. Going to be level 14. The mech. This is going to be pretty tough for them to deal with. The fact that he's almost another core. He has the same net worth as Magnus. And Pugna, if he's not dealt with overall in a lot of team fights, he can be pretty crucial in terms of how much he can counteract any damage. And overall for Spirit, they already are lackluster in damage in this early game. And it's pretty crazy timings for the King of the Snays.
Ready to enter into Spirit's jungle again.
20-5. We haven't even seen a Soulbind combo, right? He's got level 2 Soulbind now. There are some cool combos that they can do in this game, Owen.
He wants this helmet to Dominator creep dead. He'll get it.
They're going to start the Roche. You can't go there.
Absolutely not. Unless they wanted to go for some crazy YOLO play with the RP.
No, wait. Way too risky at this point when you're this behind. They do have the BKB on Laurel. Maybe if he had it a couple seconds ago.
They've hit the scan now. Indeed, any decision to get over here probably isn't going to come soon enough. They are going to smoke up.
If it was just a little bit sooner, perhaps.
Falcons, they'll have this secured. Skeeter grabs the Aegis.
They're going to look for the fight. It looks like there's a bit of a read here, though. Again, Falcons.
This is scary for Spirit. Oh, just jump straight into Collapse. He'll drop the RP on towards him. Requiem as well. They'll blow up Amar. But Malrine's in with the Epic Burrow Strike, catching it onto the 2, and the Skeeter's ready to step forward. They'll kill off through. The damage for Skeeter tearing through with Poshka as Collapse gets finished off by Malrine.
I swear he knew it. They were pinging it. I'm pretty sure Amar knew that they were there. That was a bait play. He jumps in, loses his life, but he forces RP, Requiem, all these different spells. It lets his team just come in and clean up. That's a couple times now I've seen them have a sacrificial lamb on the side of Falcons to just ensure the team fight win.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Because I think it was Amar that was the one pinging. It was either him or Crit were pinging in the mid lane that they were there. I don't know if they saw something on the creeps or what it was, but they were 100% aware of that move.
Skeeter now with a full Hurricane Pike.
Tanky. That HP.
I mean, even in that last sort of instance, we saw how it did pretty much take everything to take down Amar. Because that was in a situation where they were able to stop him from getting the BKB off. If he gets the BKB off next time, that combo's not killing him.
And look what Amar has queued up. This is not one of those where he's, this is not one of those where like, I'm super sad that I'm queuing up the Midas. This is the, I'm super happy queuing up the Midas.
But I don't think he's actually going to buy it.
He's not going to buy it.
No, he's just memeing.
But it's the meme one. He's just, it's the case of what it is.
Oh. He's so careful stepping up. That's the tier 2 taken away.
Has fallen.
Such fast pacing. 23 kills, 24 minutes. If you told me this was Falcons,
I mean, Spirit are looking for a potential jump.
Radiant's bottom tower
Collapse.
Skeeter.
I'm going to get the skewer back. 20 seconds or so still until the RP's back up for Collapse.
Skeeter's got multiple ways to play around it too. If he has vision, he can just Hurricane Pike on the initial go as well. Another tier 2 being pressured.
Radiant's
Spirit just gonna might just have to let this one go as well.
So all eyes will be falling on Yatoro to see what he's able to pull together when the time comes for him to turn up to the fight.
The
For the
true
most
time.
part, he's been avoiding all the action. 0, 1, and 3 just focused on getting those timings. He's very close to well, yeah, but he's
Almost
about
has the
50
body.
Yeah, a little bit away still from the butterfly. Falcons, they'll keep the kills coming in.
One of my extra worries, of course, for Spirit in this game, though, is the butterfly timing is a really good one for the Morphling, but this one, he kind of needs the butterfly and the BKB, Owen. There's too many things that he has to deal with.
So many, kind of
Too many stuns, silences, a decrep from a Pugna can just stop everything as well, too. So he needs the next 2 pretty badly in this game. And Skitter immediately, another tier 2 falls. They instantly swing to top. They're looking for the last tower. They are constricting the map completely of the side of Spirit.
Yeah, they're taking everything away from Spirit here.
Yeah. Look where Rue is having to farm.
Radiant's
Look at the Shadow Demon. He's trying to find these desperate places. You know, the safest place is usually the most dangerous place at times. He does finish up his Blink Dagger, so can at least get closer to potentially go for some saves. But yeah, this tier 2 is going down.
Radiant's top tower.
And at the moment, actually, Crit, I think I like this even better if he can get it early. He has a Hex queued up. Why are you going to get an Axe if you can just control
Just
it?
hex him and kill him.
Yeah, you don't need a Morphling who's not that strong. You just kill him. Here comes that push.
And also left on the Aegis for Skeeter.
This is where Collapse can shine, so eyes on these skewers.
It's got to be huge stuff for him. Wants to try and give Spirit a chance of holding on here on the road to the International.
The thing is, too, he has to be a little careful because there are these Blink follow-ups. If he goes for a Blink Skewer RP, there's a crit with the Blink on the Grimstroke and then a Blink Epicenter, too. So it's not the easiest, per se, even if they do get the Skewers, in killing some of these heroes because there's the follow-up that's there for Falcons.
Tower's gone.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
They'll play careful after they get that tower. Extra influx of gold. Collapse. We'll have the BKB ready in a moment.
Absolutely needs it. Can't afford to blink in and get tripped up by a Burrow Strike, Boundless Strike.
There's too many. Yeah, too many different spells that could just instantly trip him up. And as we've seen so far, Falcons very on point with reading the plays so far in this game. Scotty is soon finished up for a Mar too. Another pretty incredible item when you're playing versus the Morphling at this type of advantage too. He's going to have it very soon. I don't know how Yatoro's going to take these fights. He needs that BKB.
It really is sort of a race to the BKB timing for Yatoro before Falcons turn the heat up.
They might have to smoke, though, to try to get outside, because all the lanes pushed in like this means there's just nowhere really for Yatoro to farm. And look at how Falcons has blanketed the vision, right? A ward placed in every single one of the lanes to watch if any movements come outside. So they'll see anything if it's not just a smoke movement out. Spirit has to play clustered as well. Rue has to pretty much hug Yatoro for the rest of this game. Oshka and Laurel looking for a play. Not the easiest one to do. Another timing has been hit. Crit, level 15, so he's got the Soulbind Spell Amp, which is insane with Sand Do have to always factor that one in. 25% Spell Amp on a Sand King is just crazy for that 7-second duration of the Soulbind. Picking up a gem next. The gold lead just continues to grow, Owen. And the items they're picking up, the anti-morphling items we call them, right? So Eye of Scotty finished up for the Monkey King. Shiva's is queued up on the Sand King. He even gets a pollen bag, right? I think I saw there on the Monkey King too, right? So this also reduces health restoration as well too. So all these little things, a morphling trying to stack up versus it.
Dire are scanning.
Preparation is absolutely there.
plays Spirit have to bring out now have to be nothing less than perfect.
Pretty much, yeah.
To have to hold on against this incredible lead that Falcons has managed to build up this game.
Can they land the multi-hero RPs? It's pretty much, yeah, eyes on Yotaro to carry, but eyes on Collapse to get the big connections, which has not been given to him at all this game.
And I guess the question is, you know, for Falcons, are we going to see them keep the pressure on, or is it going to fall the same way as many of the other games where they're like, well, we've got a lead now, let's wait, make that lead a little bigger in the next 30 minutes of gameplay, and then we'll.
I think they look for the rush push. They have all the BKBs. I think once they get Aegis, they can go for ending.
You think they, like this game, Falcons feel that they have that much of an advantage that they won't be feeling the necessity to play it super safe and hold back before going high ground?
I think they're ready to fight.
They're ready to go. Okay,
yeah,
let's have a look.
I think they're pretty much ready to fight at any time. But going high ground, they might wait for an Aegis. The push cut.
Should be able to find him. Amar. Get in. Everyone else of Spirit will run. Maureen does immediately jump up to the high ground to see if he finds anyone else hanging around, but the rest of Spirit are already out of there.
Always expecting that next hero. Level 20's been hit now. Skitter. Big damage talent now picked up for him.
Toro.
How's his BKB?
Just about 1,400 gold short.
So that's the condition that Spirit needs, just his BKB in particular. It's not going to be the end-all, win-all condition, but it's a really good one to at least give them a shot here. Portal.
They were maybe thinking about playing for the Tormentor, but they cannot do that.
No.
When Falcons are as close as they are.
And Falcons does this one just as free as last time, same exact way that they did it before. Oh, that's a good one. Amar gets it for free.
A very nice job for him. Having quite the game here on the offlane Monkey King, as you say, getting to play what we know he loves to, this sort of carry-focused offlane. It's going fantastically for him so far.
He might actually go for this refresher next item. He's got the mana pool for it. He's got the items already. That kind of makes it very effective.
It's true, I don't mind it. Yeah, get up there, BKB, Wukong's command. You're able to hit the building, refresh, do it again.
Do it again, take the racks. Yeah.
They're going to be able to push for Mega Creeps pretty early this game, Falcons, if this continues.
Absolutely. How long on that Roche? It's a quick spawn. About 10 seconds, not even, 5 seconds. It's about to come up.
Surely we'll have to try and tackle this. I mean, maybe not. I guess the call is going to be coming from Yotaro. Whenever it's sort of the decision is made for them to fight, Spirit as a team will be looking towards Yotoro's guidance on that.
The question is, like, do they even attempt to contest a Roche, or is it just, guys, we've got Skewer on high ground. We're playing for high ground. That might be the case.
I think it might be. Yeah, it's all going to come down to this big high ground defense from Spirit.
Yep.
That's going to have to be one of the bigger ones we've seen from them. With this much of a deficit against this 20k advantage that Falcons have built up.
How close is the Shivas? Maureen is very close to having it. Laurel showed. Maureen is instantly looking for him.
Oh,
Laurel.
He plays way out of this one. Might have to BKB TP. He will. He'll play it safe. BKB TP to get out of that.
Did he see it? I didn't see if Maureen actually saw it there for a second. They may have not seen the BKB usage. Either way, though, Aegis is claimed. They've got the banner now. This could be their time to push. They might spend some of the gold before they do it, but this is likely the time that they're going to look to force as much as possible.
I mean, yeah, Ski just got so much money to play with. 4k gold in the bank. And getting close there as well on Amar. He's got 3,300 ready to spend up. And yeah, that's the timing here for Crip.
It's so early. You don't see this. A 30-minute hex on the 4 position, usually with a Blink Dagger.
I mean, this could pretty much end the game, right?
Yeah.
He gets in with a Blink Soulbind double hex. It could be game over. And the end of the hopes and dreams from Team Spirit on this road to the International if Crit gets that jump.
Especially because in some of these situations, when you're at this deficit, right, your BKB usage has to be so clutch. Some of these players like to hold it until a certain scenario. He could just get hexed and die, right? So we'll have to keep tabs if he does get on Yotaro.
Risky play from Spirit, smoking up out on the map into this Aegis of Falcons.
They don't have BKB from Laurel either. It's still cooldown 35 seconds. He did just pick up his Aghanims. Does have that extra fear. He also hit 20, so extra control. See how Falcons wants to approach the high ground push. 5,400 gold on Skitter.
Spirit, just waiting patiently. One misstep, one misplay.
Falcons doesn't want it. They
Come to an
don't want
end.
to. They don't want to do it. Maybe waiting to spend, like we were saying, but
And maybe sort of saying, guys, you know what, 34 minutes, do we really want to end now? Let's play to our element.
Amar's like,
We got
need
a
another
good 30
40.
minutes more in this game.
Shield rune on Amar. He Q's away from the refresher, by the way. Still looking to grow a little more. It looks like with that harpoon queued up at the moment. What's Skitter gonna queue up? Did he get the Daedalus, or is he going MKB? He went Daedalus.
Yeah,
I figured
Daedalus
it
on
had
the
to be. Okay, so Daedalus is finished up. He's gonna kill heroes so fast.
Yeah, with his Daedalus shard.
But everyone except for Yatoro is going to die so fast if Skitter is actually alive.
Yeah, BKBs aren't going to save them at this point.
No.
If Skeeter gets his hands on them. So much physical damage now.
All right, maybe it is going to just be one of those where Falcons gets 40k.
I mean, there ain't no way. Are we actually going to be here for another 30 minutes?
I think it's starting to feel like we might be.
Amar? He's going to make the jump.
Oh,
There's the
maybe
follow-up
not.
exit from Crit. They get the Wukong's right now with the defensive
RP.
disruptions there. RP on the two of them. Yatoro's able to put the BKB, fights back with the balance, trying to kill off Crit. Going to try and turn towards Amar. Amar jumping around the Wukongs, trying to avoid Yatoro, but Yatoro's able to close in with the waveform. Balance strike from
Amar?
Amar gets him out of there, but collapse
way.
hits the shockwave, skewer connects. Amar's gone.
That's a gem. That's a big pickup they get. Mishposhka grabs it. Skeeter trying to get the split push, but they get a massive kill here. Two of them. They really wanted to try to punish this. They had the Hex, but the RP was absolutely ready. Collapse. He's there, and there's that Midas. Queued up. Ogre will pick one up.
Very much seeing the potential still of Yatoro on the morph.
Yep, Spirit.
Despite this huge lead that Falcons currently have. Bit of a slip up, and that sort of 50 seconds when Amar's dead, it's going to be a lot of timing where this Aegis is not going to really be able to be used anymore by Skeeter, as Falcons will have to hold back. Spirit getting a little bit of breathing room. They did, of course, have the fortification forced out
They did.
of them, so next time round...
But they get time for Yatoro's BKB to come back up, right? It's going to be back up as the Monkey King comes up, and only 20 seconds are left or so on that Aegis, so yeah, it does feel like maybe Falcons isn't going to go for this. Crit still does have smoke. They still do have Blink Hex plays, but have to be careful. They need to keep tabs of where this Magnus is in particular if they're going to go for plays like that.
Both Collapse and Brew
And
there,
Brew,
just
true.
being in perfect position
Very,
to
very true.
bail Yatoro out.
Yep. Snaking. They found him.
This is probably going to be another one then for Spirit. Don't mind if
Some
they
big
do.
kills.
All right. Well, they'll definitely take that. I mean, I feel the Falcons now losing these kind of kills here and there. They're definitely going to be like, well, look at that, boys. We can't end in 40 minutes. We're going to have to give it another 20 at least.
Yep, start queuing up and start thinking about the later stages.
There we
and how
go.
you're going to have
Yep.
to deal with them. Yep.
60-minute game coming right
There
up.
we go. Timeless Dazoon for Laurel. X getting closer and closer as well. Even with this 18k lead, we're seeing Spirit. They're able to fight around Yatoro now.
They're going to keep this going, Spirit. Smoke
Feeling
up.
it. Yep, they're feeling that power.
Managed to sort of find a little bit of a weak moment of Falcons, and they're doing everything they can to keep striking at it.
Amar. He's a tree. He gets hit by the poison.
He's able to balance to the side and put the BKB, but it's a lot of physical damage. Collapse able to slide in, get the RP down on towards him. Soulbind Hex is there under the two, and then Collapse in trouble, but the disruption from Brew comes in.
Collapse is dying.
Glimmer's there as well. Collapse on the retreat, he's going to live. He'll get out of there. Now Falcons are ready to bring the fight, but Yatoro's able to put the BKB, balance strike down to the two of them. The physical damage forcing Skeeter to have to time max immediately. Miposhka, he's in on top of Amar, but Amar will turn, bring down Miposhka with the boundless. They take out the two supports here, Falcons, and they don't lose anyone themselves. Whew.
Amar with some fancy footwork there coming into play. Ends up keeping himself alive, gets the 2 kills on the supports. Yatoro has to bail. He knows he cannot die in that scenario. He's far too important.
And Collapse living on a minuscule bit of health there at the end. Clutch plays and saves. Coming in pretty much mainly from Brew again with the glimmers and the disruptions.
Takes so much damage. Honestly, Amar is doing a crazy amount of damage himself too. He drops to 10% in seconds on that Magnus. And now an RP was used outside the base. So 60 seconds. Does Falcons want to try something with that? Again, still very difficult to go toward that high ground. And they did not recover their gem, right? No. Collapse is the one who had it, so Snaking, he actually purchases a new one, I believe, for his team.
Lyle very close to having his Hex online. Couple more creeps, and that will be there. So a bit more of a chance for him to make that jump.
They're starting to get, I mean, they're getting into positions to be able to take these head-on fights.
Keep going.
Yeah.
This is a team that is absolutely not afraid to get aggressive and active, making these plays despite being as far behind on the gold as they are. They know that their best efforts is to try and catch Falcons by surprise rather than just sit back inside that base.
Both teams having to be careful how they group up. The AoE damage, the AoE control from both sides is pretty ridiculous. As Yatoro, he's got the Daedalus.
Skeeter.
Sure.
He's going to have eyes on him. They're trying to turn us down his ground here. Linkus is going to be popped to Mark.
Collapse.
The trees getting the vision. They get the boundless strike on towards them. Collapse trying to skewer him off the trees, but he's already off himself. He's going to put the BKB.
Hex,
Drop down the
Yatoro.
Rock's command here, but they've got the control on towards Yatoro, but Yatoro's able to turn the Viking. He can use the boundless strike against him and
RP
get
on
out
the
of the
floor.
waveform. RP is whiffed, but Yatoro's able to back out of the fight for now. Marine closes in with the epicenter burst strike over towards Rune.
Yatoro.
He's in on top of Yatoro, but Poshka will fall. Yatoro's got waveform up in a second. He'll get it off. He'll go for the TP out. Yatoro.
He's caught.
He's caught. Marine again finding the connection with the stun.
Snaking.
Falcons.
I think, I actually didn't see what canceled the blink. I think it was snaking, right? I'm not sure what canceled that blink from him, but something did. And overall, I mean, snaking kind of solo killed the Shadow Fiend. Goodness. Amar also, the scouting he was able to do in that fight. He jumped over the Magnus's head, jumped off the tree as the skewer was coming on.
He was able to dodge that.
That was some next level stuff coming in from Falcons.
And
It's
now
a decisive fight.
they'll definitely come in with the push. There's a full minute here without Yatoro. Falcons ready to get back on track, doing the damage here to the base, taking this top set potentially. The fortification will come out. But 50 seconds without Yatoro, without Lal here for Spirit.
That is, yeah, it's insane damage that snaking actually did to Laurel. Now that I'm looking all of it, it's pretty much all of it.
Falcons, how much do they want to push for here? Still 30 seconds to stick around.
They might be able to get it all. There's a glyph available.
These are seeing they're just crazy damage, and he was coming out from that close on that last fight.
There's like life trade plus, yeah, insane.
It's Falcons. The Mega Creeps are going to be theirs.
They'll pop the glyph. 15 seconds,
Amar's
though.
going to want to stick around and finish off the job here with Skeeter. They're not going anywhere quite yet. Falcons, they'll claim the Mega Creeps. Now they'll back off as the respawns come in. Spirit, we saw them last game hold on for quite a while, but still obviously to that inevitable loss in game one against the Mega Creeps. Let's see how long they can hold on this time.
Much earlier this time. Mega Creeps at 40 minutes is much different than Mega Creeps at the 50-something minute mark. These heroes cannot really deal with them at this point in the game. And it's just going to be continuous momentum now, too, that shoves onto that side. Also, you know, not good economy that you get from those creeps. And Falcons, they can go anywhere they want. So Roche, there's for the picking. Skinner can go for the MKB if he wants.
Aghanims now online for Collapse. Historically, him and the Horn Tossers have been quite something in the internationals. Will it be enough?
Brit has double Soulbind and double Hex now also.
Falcons having a pretty close to perfect game two here against Spirit.
Very little mistakes that we've seen from them so far. And just the reading of the plays, right? Somebody sacrifices themselves, but the sacrifices for the most part have been absolutely worth it. Moments away from perhaps knocking Spirit out.
Will they do it before the 60 minutes?
It's looking. It is looking.
We're getting up there. We're getting up there.
I mean, now they are hitting pretty critical mass at very early. Refresher is done for Amar. They already have max slots on Skeeter, almost max on Malrine as well. This is really early to have all max items, 43 minutes. And they have this Aegis, so they could look to just shove it in and find that fight.
Radiant are scanning.
Setting up on top. Yatoro.
He's got it.
Okay, Crit, he is here.
Yeah, Yatoro's just got to run. Just let Rue die. Yatoro's out safely. Rue, not so much.
Okay, he's got. Make him work for it a little bit. Courier, snaking it. Can they get the snipe on it? It's a Reaver. They will. That is, I believe, the Satanic finish,
That
right?
would have been the full Satanic.
Oh, man, that's 3 minutes without it
And he
finished.
spent up for that Reaver, you know, forfeiting buyback gold.
Ooh. He needs, I mean, at this point, he has to go all in, right?
Sure.
In this type of game, he has to have every
But
item possible.
the risk doesn't pay off. He doesn't manage to make that delivery.
No, 3 minutes.
That's going to be a long 3 minutes.
They're going to smoke it. They're going to look to end this game. Arcane Rune bottom. Amar can pick that one up if you'd like to. Level 25 as well, too. So that massive Wukong. Good luck fighting inside of it.
Falcons, they really have made this game, too, look pretty easy.
Spirit, their hope now is pretty much bringing them in the fountain, it feels like. Collapse, he's got to make it happen.
It has to be something crazy from him. Falcons there, a very careful, meticulous team. They don't normally make those mistakes that end up in, putting them in positions where they can be in a fountain.
Comes the bush.
And there's the Hex. Straight away, they get the catch on towards Collapse. They're trying to bail them out with the Glimmer. He'll be hoping to get the BKB off. Turns towards Marine. Gets the RP off onto the Sand King. That's Marine dead. Buyback comes out from Maboshka. Amar lays down the Wukongs, and they turn towards Yatoro. But Yatoro, into the Sand King, hides in the Sandstorm. Tier 4s are being focused now.
They have another Wukong as well.
And they have no Collapse for 80 seconds. He's 900 gold or so short at the buyback. Spirit, can they hold on with the 4 of them?
Malrine's here. He bought back.
Falcons. They're so close here to pushing Spirit out of the competition. Jump forward in, but straight away the Hex catches him. He went for the blinker, but the Hex gets him immediately. He'll come in with the buyback. Yatoro is going to try and jump the backlines, but he's clipped by the silence of the Phantom's Embrace. He'll put the magic try to turn, but the Hex is back up. He's out of the game for good. As game is over, GG is called. Falcons knock Team Spirit out of the road to the International, and Falcons will move on.
Very decisively in this game, too. That